with arms wide open. We should get the lead singer of Creed on here. Did I heard he's a big old Star Trek fan?
Is he? No, for real.
That's what I heard. Yeah. So, yeah.
No
his
way.
name's Stephen Hawkins.
What? No, that's not his name.
Made it up, dude. But I said it with confidence, and you almost believed it.
For a minute.
I don't believe anything you say.
I believed it.
At this point, you'll be like, "Oh, Heat is my favorite movie of all time," and I'd be like, "No, that was a long con. This is always fake."
Yeah,
you hate Michael Mann. You hate everything.
This is a crazy bit you're doing.
It's all a lie.
You know, I want to start off with saying something about this episode. Just to tease it, you know what I mean? I would say
that
this.
It's all a lie.
Almost,
just like
it's almost like when you would cut something like some podcasts like cut clips from the middle of the episode, like the shocking moment, and they put it in the beginning.
Right.
I'm going to tell you it. We're not going to cut it. We're going to tell you. I was watching this episode, and fucking Worf starts a fire in his fucking room. Right? I'm like, imagine
his demonic.
I was thinking to myself, like, imagine like if I started a fire at my fucking job, and then immediately I was like, oh, I did.
You did.
You were like, wow, I couldn't imagine doing that at work.
I was there.
That's so unprofessional. Can't believe that.
Siba we were hoping to. Yeah.
Were you summoning, something or someone?
We were actually trying to summon a ghost.
Okay.
This is the thing. Like, it's not even a joke. We fires were lit in our work.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But for a split second, I was like, "That's so unprofessional." And then immediately, like literally, I had if it was a TV show, you'd see the flashback of us lighting the carpet on fire. Yeah, and I was like, "Oh,
the carpet?
Fuck, I've done that."
Yeah, because the candle fell. Yeah.
You're deliberately just setting a corner on
the second time. The second time was deliberate, though.
Okay.
Because we're trying to, you know how that thing where you make a little like football out of a paper, and then you do like the football thing. Well, we're trying to do it with a match to see if you could like hold a match to the striker.
Fire, like it'll fire.
I see.
So you can flick it on fire, and turns out you can flick it on fire.
Absolutely necessary to find out.
Yes. Yeah, and the answer is yes, you can do that.
Yeah,
and it will lead to things.
I feel like that job was a lot of like Bill Nye the Science Guy experiments. Like, can we do this? Let's find out.
Yeah. How many naked butts can we see in one evening?
So, what was the actual job and work you performed?
Experiments
other than setting fires.
but detectives.
Detectives.
Yeah.
Lots of Wetzel's pretzels.
Yeah. Getting kicked out of Wetzel's pretzels.
Good to know Marvin was staying late all those nights working super hard while I was at home alone.
Here's the thing is that we did work hard.
Yeah.
But we partied hard too.
Yeah, it's true. So. There was the latest night I ever worked was until 6 a.m. And I spent a lot of it was on standby, and I was just watching. This is before the Force Awakens, before the Force Awakens came out, and I was just watching two people waiting in line across the street at the Chinese theater, like fake lightsaber fighting each other, and I was like, man. These guys, I feel like they've got to figure it out. Like they're here at 3 a.m. waiting for a movie that they're excited for in full Jedi robes, and they have seats already. They already have seats reserved. Yeah, we live in the age of you buy on Fandango your tickets. Like you don't need to do this. But they're
living
ready.
Their best lives.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, this is not something you had to do like back in the day. This is a choice you're making, and you know what? I support it. I support your choice.
Good for them.
I sure played to Baltalk the Great, like this guy.
Oh, you mean this fake ass Kalis?
Jardians or whatever his name is.
What?
What's his name? Cadence?
Kalis.
Kalis.
It wasn't even close to Kalis.
I kept thinking they kept saying Payless. Yes, like the shoe store. Like the shoe store.
I thought it was subliminally.
They sell cheap ass imitation shoes just like this air.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, burn.
I'm so glad to hear that I was not the only person that heard Payless.
Is Payless still around?
I think they went out of business.
They should sponsor us.
I think they went out of business during COVID, I believe.
I was my mom took me to Payless. I was a Payless kid for sure.
Oh yeah. Many.
And you got to model the shoes down the aisle.
They lived up to their name.
Yeah. You do
I
pay
did
less.
an experiment once, and then my mom never ever bought me Payless shoes again.
What?
I said, these shoes don't last. Like if you buy
no.
shoes,
that's why we went to Payless so often. Yeah.
Well, because I wanted Doc Martens, and mom said like, I'm not gonna pay fucking $100 for fucking shoes. You crazy, dude? And I said, I bet you I'll go through 3 pairs of shoes throughout a school year. Where if you just buy me the goddamn Doc Martens, I'll make it through 4 years of high school, and this is before high school. And literally, I went through 4 pairs of shoes.
Oh yeah,
this was like in middle school, right?
That's
so eventually,
crazy.
when I got to high school, I was like, I'm being a freshman. I need these fucking goddamn boots. I'm not gonna look cool, dude. And she said, yeah. She said, yeah.
It's just like those fucking cheap ass JanSport backpacks when you're like, Dad, like
I had one of those.
I'm taking classes that require me to carry like 6 books. These won't last more than a few months.
That would not fly in my house because my dad would be like, you hardly even go to school, dude. You fucking dude.
Okay.
I also got a pair of Doc Martens, but I got them as a gift in high school after begging.
Oh yeah. Well, you were also kind of
they were knee high Doc Martens.
Yeah, because you were like
and I used to wear them every day.
Yeah, she was a metal chick.
I was about to say like, oh, that doesn't sound like something you could wear every day, but there you go.
Oh, I wore them every day to class, but I had to like save like 15 minutes before we left to like lace them all the way up to my knees. And if I was running late, sometimes I would just do it halfway and then finish the rest in class or something and like hold on to them and be like, I'm like running late.
Those could not have been comfortable. Like
they were really comfortable.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I love my knee-high Doc Martens. I don't know what happened to them, to be honest. I don't know what happened.
I mean, to the knees?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I don't wear knee ones. I wore regular size ones.
Mine were all the way up to the knee.
I didn't need to spend 40 minutes.
Yeah, I was your high school goth industrial chick.
What if you had an emergency? You'd be like, oh, hold on. Let's tell the hurricane to wait.
Let me lace up.
Put on my shoes. Lace up.
Let me lace up real quick. Yeah, but it did take me a really long time to lace them up. And I used to have to like put my leg up and lace them up really tight. And like I remember doing it in the car, like on the way to school, like rushing. It was quite a commitment.
I've never worn a pair of Doc Martens. I don't even know what they feel like.
You got to get on it, dude. It's never too late, dude.
Well, I've been told that
I'll tell you what though, you can't get on my Payless.
Well, I've been told that modern Doc Martens are no longer real. Like the stitching's actually fake, and it's actually just all glued on. And these aren't like real Doc Martens anymore.
You have to get the specific model because now there's so many models that are like made to be cheaper that they make them cheaper. But if you get the original, it's like getting the original Converse. The original Converse are still good,
you can go to a Doc Martens store; they have them.
Yeah, but that's the thing is that like they made so many. Before there was only one style, which is the boots.
Right,
like
it was just
back in the day, just one style. That's it.
Yeah,
and then eventually they made the ones that Sarah was wearing, and like they made the shoe style ones.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was 2 styles in the beginning: the shoe, and then the high tops.
Wow.
I mean, they lasted a really long time. So, I mean, I don't even know what happened to them, to be honest. But
probably in the trash.
Probably. Oh. But they weren't thrown out because they broke. That's for sure. So, anyway, what are we here for?
You know who was almost thrown out? Kalis. Because it turns out he was a fake.
He wasn't thrown out.
Almost thrown out. He was almost thrown out. You know. So
he was never going to get thrown out, dude. He's space Jesus. Old Yahweh.
Fake Jesus.
Old Jehovah.
It's not his fault.
Yeah. So now let's split this point. So was he Yahweh or is he Jesus in the story?
I mean,
he's more like Jesus, right?
Jesus.
Yeah, because Yahweh is the actual God.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the prodigal son who has returned.
Okay.
So that's Jesus. Yeah.
Because at first I was like, is he more like an apostle? No.
No, he's New Testament. This is the New Testament of Klingon lore.
Got it. All right.
I didn't even really know that Klingons, prescribed to this level of, I guess, religion.
Sarah,
they've been like
every species subscribe to religion.
Well, they were also too? Like sort of building it out. Like originally, like it was mentioned in like Kalis was mentioned in like a historical context, but as they write about him more and more, they made him more and more of a mythological figure.
I guess they hinted at it a little bit in some episodes, like when Worf did, convert. I don't know, rescue those kids. That were really like young adults.
What was that called? Was that Descent? Was that the name of the episode? What was it? I forgot the name of that episode.
I forgot the name of the episode.
The Descent. It's a movie.
He kind of was talking about having faith.
Was it Birthright?
Birthright. It was Birthright.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I guess I didn't realize how religious Worf was until this. Like, there are some moments where I'm like, whoa, man.
Yeah, because like you never seem like.
His point is, I'm not religious enough.
Yeah.
But you would have thought that like you would have seen some scenes of him praying or like.
What do you mean? He had a whole demonic ritual going on in his room.
I mean, before this episode, like you've never seen him. Like
you don't know what he was doing behind closed doors.
Sarah, he had his bat mitzvah where they all yelled at him. Like they're like,
why at his bat mitzvah did he not go, Kayla, save me or whatever? You know, like
I like how we insist on calling it a bat mitzvah.
Well, I forget what it's called. Like what else was it?
It's called the shaming.
I believe
the shaming.
For boys, it's a bar mitzvah.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay.
It's then we're insulting him, dude.
Oh my bad, dude.
This lady.
We've misgendered our Worf.
Yeah.
Or you can say like I don't know, like in Catholicism, you know, you have your like confirmation.
Yeah, Worf's confirmation. Yeah,
or your baptism. It's
kind of the same.
Yeah.
But you know, in the Worfian one, you're not getting dick slapped by a priest.
Confirmation? What are you talking? Wait, what?
I mean, in general.
Wait, did we talk about this? You were confirmed, right?
I'm all in, baby.
Oh yeah,
you were confirmed in the Catholic. I was confirmed.
You shall see the light of God, whereas we shall not.
Go to heaven, dude. I don't know what you guys
I was confirmed in the Catholic Church. Okay, I don't know about all y'all, but I was confirmed. Confirmed.
Here's the thing: is that
I grew up Presbyterian, so I'm just some sort of weird.
I grew up
ass
Catholic.
Yeah, but were you an altar boy? Were you an altar lady?
I was not. I was not an altar. An altar.
You were an altar boy. Damn.
Yeah.
You made it out.
You were an altar boy?
Like unscathed.
I told you the story that like my mom asked me if I was touched.
Right. Yes. That's right. I remember
that. It was a blow to my self-esteem, dude.
Oh, I remember that part. Yes, I remember where you were like, man,
should I
have to be touched?
I remember my brother. I remember my parents being like, it got to the age where they were like, should my brother be an altar boy? And my parents decided that they didn't want him to do it because they didn't want him to be touched. And molested.
Oh, so they knew.
But they were like, it's fine if it's going on, but like we don't want to subject him to that. Just not our son, you know? And I'm like, what? That's crazy.
My priest boss, this guy was cool, dude, and he would fucking he was like a him like the cartel of the goddamn fucking like because they would get paid a lot for like weddings or like for not first communions. They could get paid a lot for weddings or baptisms. So they would get our beaks wet with a little cash, dude.
Really?
Because like if you came in on Saturday, because you only go Sundays because it's church. And if you came on a Saturday or Friday for a wedding, he'd be like, "Oh, you don't have to come today. Here, boom, boom." He'd drop
you were
not
like $50. So your fucking Catholic church didn't do like, we do masses on Wednesdays and
no, it was all
Mondays
Sundays,
and Fridays.
Sundays, bro.
Okay, so you're not.
But I think depending on what day of the week, they might not have the altar boys there on Wednesday. I don't think like Sunday is like the full thing. You know,
in Boston and shit, altar boys are there every day. Like
they're because they want to touch those kids, dude.
Oh yeah.
So over here, this was a business, dude. They were trying to make money, not touch people. Dude.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because we had mass on like Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Business. I'm a Sunday guy. Yeah, I'm like the fucking like the Winston Cup of fucking NASCAR. You know what I mean? I only fucking race on Sundays. You know what I mean? If you want me to go on Saturday, you got to pay me more.
Did you have like a Latino priest? Or
he did it in Spanish and English.
Oh really?
Oh nice.
My priest was like full on Irish, like Irish Catholic.
Really?
Oh yeah.
He had like the
probably straight from Boston. Yeah.
Straight from
probably
Ireland. I don't even know. This guy was like straight up like thickest Irish accent, and I was just like, what? And he was like really. They were really strict.
Did he say faith in Begorra?
No, I don't. I tuned out. I didn't listen to anything. But I just remember them being really strict.
I would, the gowns that the priests wear. There's a lady who would come and like wash all that stuff, and then I would lie to her all the time, and I would never confess that. I'd be like, he said that because we're supposed to take the gowns home and wash them, you know?
Right.
I'd be like, the father said that you should wash these two, please. And then she's like,
oh my God, no way.
I'm not gonna take these home, fucking wash them.
You lied.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude.
Why do you gotta wash them?
That's why Ricardo's going to hell, nothing else.
Yeah.
I couldn't lie like that. That's crazy.
I'm good with lying.
Not in that context. I mean, anyway.
This episode was Rightful Heir. Yeah. It's TNG. We watched it. Well, we didn't watch it on May 17th. It aired on May 17th. Wait,
did we watch this on St. Patrick's Day?
We did. Sarah and I did watch this on St. Patrick's Day. Yes.
Oh my God. Yes. Speaking of Irish Catholicism, St. Patrick.
Yeah. Well, now it's going to air after, but.
Yeah, but you know, so it just had me thinking about Irish Catholicism, all that. We did watch this on St. Patrick's Day.
It aired on May 17th of 1993, which was only one day after DS9, so no Around the Sun / Into the Wormhole. However, let's just quickly go through our sponsors, because our first sponsor is one of our coolest sponsors, because you know how they say, cherish your sponsors, but don't forget the old. One is silver, the other is gold.
Oh my God! Stop. So, that was a church song.
Oh really?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Oh, I thought that was just a saying.
One that they used to sing. They used to have been like something with like silver, gold, and like all this like. I'm not going to sing
something with silver and gold.
No, exactly what you said, but like in a religious, like I don't remember it, but it was like a church song that I heard that they sang when I was in church. I thought you were doing that on purpose.
Oh no, it's just a saying.
That's crazy.
Okay. Well, maybe it is a saying in the Church of ExpressVPN, where if you lay on the altar of ExpressVPN, not only will they secure your internet, they'll also make sure
the porno.
They'll also make sure it's super fast and super secure.
If you want something to worship,
don't worship VPNs. In all honesty, a VPN is just a part of your internet security suite, But ExpressVPN does have a lot more going for it than a lot of other VPNs, because not only is it super fast and super secure, like the name would suggest, they have a long track history of never having had security issues. And if they had found vulnerabilities that weren't discovered yet, they actually fix them, then disclose them publicly to be, hey, there was a problem, we fixed it. Here's how every other VPN can fix it, which was kind of sick when they did that. And also, if you sign up for 2 years at expressvpn.com/newbie Star Trek, not only do you get an extra 4 months for free with that plan, you also get the entire Identity Defender suite, which is a bunch of stuff, but it comes with like a credit scanner, ID theft insurance, ID alerts in case your info gets leaked onto the dark web, but also data removal, which is like one of the coolest things out there. You see a lot of like sponsorship reads for like Delete Me, and there's also companies like Optery. They all kind of do the same thing, which is basically they ask all of these data collection conglomerate companies who are collecting all your data to be like, hey, delete their info. Yeah. So the nice part of ExpressVPN is that type of data removal service comes for free if you sign up for 2 years. It's part of their Identity Defender suite. It's really cool. So again, you can head on over to ExpressVPN.
Catwoman had to pay for that shit. She had to give it up. She had to give a booty to Batman for it.
Okay. Can you imagine if that's what happened in the movie? But like Bruce Wayne,
he's like, I'll erase everything, but you got to.
Well, the start of the movie is like Bruce Wayne, like when he's in like his like
he's like, Alfred, mode. I'm crippled, but I really want to get into some booty hole.
He catches Catwoman trying to steal the thing, and he goes, "Oh, I mean, I'll let you have it if."
I'll give you a promo code.
His Dark Knight Rises, indeed. So,
oh my God.
So again, head on over to expressvpn.com/newbie Star Trek. And if you sign up for 2 years, not only will you get 4 months for free, you'll also get that entire Identity Defender suite.
Cool.
All right, next. I should talk about House of Wise. You know why? Because I have been trying out.
They're paying us money for it?
Well, that too. But also, I've been trying out their sleep gummies. Their sleep gummies. Mm-hmm. It's a combination of 5 milligrams of melatonin with 20 milligrams of CBD. So Sarah knows, because sometimes when I do need to go to sleep, I do like cop one of her melatonins. And the only ones that have really worked were like 20 milligrams, right? It's like that high or something.
I think it was like 12 is the highest you can go.
It was 12? Okay. It was like a pretty high dosage of melatonin. And even then, doesn't really
it was delayed release, in stages to keep you asleep type thing.
Yeah. And that like sort of works.
It kind of works sometimes.
Yeah. So I was looking for another.
Those numbers, dude. I just want to say that. I hear those numbers and I'm like, I need horse tranquilizers, dude, to go to sleep.
Well,
give me what Just find out what they were giving Michael Jackson and just back it up a little bit. Just lower the dosage.
Just lower it a little bit.
You want the fucking morphine, like liquid morphine straight into your veins.
No, you need a big Acme mallet.
Just get knocked out. Yeah. But yeah, I've been taking it for about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
A week and a half now. It's working out really well.
You've
honestly.
definitely, I've rolled over and you've definitely been asleep. So
yeah, Sarah would be like, you slept like a rock. So
yeah, like sometimes I will.
So does that mean
like,
you woke up in the middle of the night and eat fucking 10 boiled chickens? Like a rock?
Well, the first time I took it, it was an interesting experience because I just haven't had any type of like THC or CBD exposure for a bit. And when I took the gummies, an hour later, like my toes started feeling tingly, and I was like, "Oh, boy. That's interesting." But not in like a bad way. And that's also when I just started like falling asleep. So I was like, yeah. So CBD doesn't have any of the
I know.
That's why I fell to the floor. That's when I'm tingling, and then
I fell over and slammed my head on the counter.
Best rest of my life.
Yeah, check out House of Wise. You know, they have those sleep gummies, but they also have like gummies that are designed for stress. They have gummies that are designed for workouts, and they have gummies that are like designed for libido. If you want,
I need the stress ones. How do I get that?
Oh yeah, well you can go to houseofwise.co/newbie Star Trek in all caps, or just go to houseofwise.co, and when you check out, use promo code newbie Star Trek again in all caps, and you get 10% off your entire order. So it's a pretty good deal, and you get free shipping on any order over $69.
Oh wow! Thank you, Marvin. I will do that.
Do you think they have CBD that will like curb your libido?
I mean, that's
your libido.
That's a sleep gummy, right? Like that's essentially what a sleep gummy is. You know?
Okay, humble brag.
Boy, do you?
Yeah, dude.
Is there a gummy that'll make me come less?
I'm too on it all the time.
I get looking at fucking.
Need to be less impressive
at these foreheads on Star Trek.
Is there a gummy that can soften my penis? I mean, it's a little.
Can we make it a little shorter?
my girth is a little too girthy. Is there something I can?
Can that be fixed?
My urine is too frothy.
That's a problem I legit have sometimes, actually.
Yeah. Okay. I did not realize. Is that like a sign of like an illness or something?
Those discussions now.
Like, why? What is with the frothy pee? Is that good? Is that bad? What is that a sign of?
If it's not usual for you,
let's not get into it. Let's get into it.
Go.
Is this something I should know? Is this like
go.
Is this some kind of guy thing? Because guys, like,
no,
I don't
it's
know.
not. But long story short, if that's not normal for you, that's bad. But if it is normal for you, it's totally fine. But anyway,
okay.
Just head on
like
over
straight
to
up sea foam in there.
Ask your doctor.
That too. Ask your doctor if out of nowhere you start seeing a lot of foam in your urine. But again, head on over to houseofwise.co/newbie Star Trek in all caps, or just use the promo code newbie Star Trek again in all caps when you check out at House of Wise for 10% off your entire order, which is a pretty good deal. All right, Denise would probably love House of Wise.
Ricardo, could you please tell us what happened in this episode?
You think so, dude?
She did talk to Wesley and was like, she said like, Wesley, drugs make you feel great, you know? So
That's true.
Yeah.
Agreed. That's a true statement.
That's their conversation ended there.
Yep.
Here's what I like about this episode right away.
Oh, okay.
It opens up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Riker shows up, right? It's I guess the shift change, right? The morning shift.
Yes,
right?
yes. The Riker's morning, Picard is afternoon, and Data is overnight.
Wait, shut up. You actually know their actual like shifts like that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's been established since like season 4 or so.
Oh, what? So
Since
Riker's morning, Picard is afternoon.
Well, Data's got stamina. He can go all night if you know.
Data's overnight.
So because Data does not need to sleep, during Data's day, they established that he takes night shift.
But it's space. How is there like a day and night? I don't understand.
They still, for the comfort of everyone aboard, try to maintain a general 24-hour.
Do they have like sun
schedule.
Lamps or something? Like that would fuck me up.
So during a night shift, they actually dim the lights. And they actually make it seem more like it's darker.
But does everybody agree? Like we are at nighttime right now. We are on daytime right now.
Well, they don't like darken the hallways, but they darken like the rooms they're in. So
you think some of the rooms have pineapples on the outside? Sit down.
Oh yeah,
dude.
Okay. It's probably like the L cars next to them just has a picture of a pineapple popping up. So.
Well, here's the thing: the show starts, shift starts, and Picard Riker's like, who's this weirdo behind us? Who's Worf? You know what I mean?
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah, who's this guy? And he even like turns around. And he's like, "What the hell's going on?" Dude?
I'm also like, who is this guy?
I don't know,
like,
Tim. I don't know this guy.
A lot of people came out of that turbo lift all at once. It was kind of like a clown car.
It was like the morning rush, though. Like everyone's going to work. Like everyone's stuck in the like. Remember when you used to go to the elevator in your work or whatever? It's like fucking packed like sardines. In the morning.
Oh yeah, it was pretty bad actually.
Nothing would get you angry than the morning elevator.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
These are the two options: either you do the elevator and get packed in there, or you walk it up and you get angry because you're fucking.
And for us, it was 7 flights of stairs. Yeah. So that was
fuck that.
You show up sweaty and fucking angry.
I've done it. And the thing is, what's even worse is that our building, you could not reach the stairs from the lobby. You had to actually go below to the garage. So sometimes we would literally take the elevator down a floor, then take the stairs up. And that took fucking, that was really fucking annoying. Because we would literally be like, I've arrived 15 minutes early for work and I can't get to my desk 30 minutes later. And now I'm 15 minutes late. And
because of the elevator?
Yeah. And then there was a lot of times where only one elevator was working. So it was just,
it's a nightmare. The rush for the elevator in the morning is nuts. So I understand the packed elevator.
Just show up late. Because then everyone's already at work, and then you get you're like, I was here on time, but it just took forever. That's really the trick. Our in time was 9, and I was always there at 9:30.
Right.
And then you establish yourself as like, I come in late, 9? Dude. I come in late. I like to party.
No, our normal time was 9:30. That's what
then I would get there at 10. I remember it was 10. It was 15 to 30 minutes.
10 sounds better.
Late.
Yeah. Once I got promoted, they were like, you can come in at 10 now, and I was like, oh, okay. So that's what I ended up doing eventually.
So they immediately are like, who the fuck is this guy? And then they're kind of like. It feels like they're trying to whisper, but the guy's clearly hearing them. like he's like, I'm right here, dude. I'm right here. I'm not. I have feelings too.
What prompted him to cover Worf's shift?
Because I'm sure he just mans general stations, and it's like, if someone's not here, just cover it until they show up. What if
is that what happened?
Yeah. Wait, so I thought actually that guy was a leftover from overnight, and he was waiting for Worf to relieve him.
That could be it too.
Oh, is that what happened? Oh,
that's what I thought. And he's just like, why are you still
he's
here?
I've not been relieved yet.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I don't know. Worf's
it's
not
essentially
here
a military vessel. You can't leave your post until you're relieved.
Exactly. That's what I thought. And so Riker's like, I'm not used to seeing this guy here. He's usually gone by the, Worf is never
usually gone by now.
Yeah.
and he's there just looking at them like, what the fuck are they talking about? Where's the guy, dude? The angry guy.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so he immediately goes, Riker goes, hey computer, where's fucking Worf? And he's like, and he's in his quarters, and he's like, is his heart rate elevated? Just to see if he was masturbating,
Yeah.
He didn't say that, but I imagine that was the next step. Is he alive? Yes. Is his heart rate elevated? Yeah. All right, then he'll be here in 10 minutes. But it just says, he's there and he hasn't shown up. So he does the right thing. If this was a regular, I'm going to say it, dude. I'm going to say, if this is Picard, he'd be like, oh, it's okay. Or someone go look for him. But
that's how you would talk. Yes.
Riker's immediately is
it's okay.
My brother, Gerard. Or whatever his name is. Robert.
Yeah, Gerard,
And so Riker does the right thing, dude. He's like, something
emergency.
Wrong. Everyone get your fucking guns, dude. He says, everyone get your fucking guns, dude.
I think he does it in the context of where he's like, Worf is never late. Something is fucking wrong.
I'm saying,
any other person, I was just like, bro, it's been a minute.
No, but
if
here's
I'm
the thing,
late, it's not a big
Sarah,
deal.
This is a military operation, dude. This isn't someone going turn up to the work 30 minutes late.
What if he overslept or something?
But it's that combined with they know Worf's never late.
Yeah.
Therefore, something's wrong. He isn't. We would not allow.
Yeah.
It
is interesting how he knew right away.
What I'm saying is that he did the right thing by saying something wrong. Let's go fucking figure this out. As opposed to it's fine. The escalation was perfect. Whether if Picard was here, he'd been like, let me play a flute and then see how I feel.
Also, Picard didn't do that. Picard was super angry at him.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Okay, so that's what. When we get to that, I have a huge problem with that. But whatever.
So here's the thing.
He's so mad.
They roll up, right, and he is lighting fires, dude. And this is unprofessional, but I've done this before, like I said. And he gets in there, and he's. It reminds me of Weird Science when they're trying to bring the lady to life.
Oh, I don't remember.
They got candles going, and
it just reminded me of he's doing like a smoke lodge thing, like a Native American
and the way he was moaning,
like
though,
an ayahuasca
I was scared
thing,
for a bit.
Some kind of ritual.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
he seems disoriented.
Yeah, and then
he's like sweating, right?
It was like oxygen in that room. He's fucking burning it all.
It was dark and muggy.
I guess.
I thought there was something sexual going on. I thought he had brought a lady in. He was
lit some candles.
Yeah, he was like putting candle wax on her nipple or something. And
that's
so
what they walk into,
as Klingons are wont to do. Yeah.
Well, that's what they're known to do, dude.
Yeah.
So he's in there and he's hopped up on something, dude. His pupils are dilated.
Yeah.
And so they basically like, what the fuck's going on, dude? And Picard rolls in.
Well, Riker says what the hell is going on here? I was like, whoa,
what the hell is going on here?
Hot.
And it goes and it cuts a commercial. And then the next scene is he's laying in bed and everything's normal now. The smoke's gone. Like the room looks normal now. And
actually,
Picard shows up.
There's one thing that changed in the room that disappointed me greatly. His ball chair is gone.
Oh
yeah.
In the corner.
The weirdo chair.
The ball chair.
That's where he gets his haircut. He's got to be sedated and tied up. But anyway, and they're like, it's just Bob. It's just a Bob haircut. Just stand still. And he's like, He's having.
It's not honorable to stand still while getting your haircut.
He gets all riled up like Rambo in First Blood when they're trying to shave him.
You know what else is missing?
What is
his son?
The whole episode.
Maybe he was already in school.
Captain Picard, where did my dad go?
This episode completely cements the fact that Alexander was a mistake because the writers want nothing to do with him and they refuse to integrate him into any aspect of Worf's life.
Yeah, he's non-existent.
Yeah. He doesn't speak with Alexander to be like, I must go away for a while now in order to find myself. At this point,
Alexander is like a minor villain that gets to vex Worf every once in a while. So that's how they're treating him.
And when Worf goes away, he's away for a while.
He's away for months.
So Picard goes in.
We know at least 2 weeks.
He looks at the fire, the put out fire, but he looks at the rocks that were on fire, and they're talking about what he was doing, and basically Worf was trying to summon Bagul or the Jameson, or whatever his name is, Payless. He's trying to summon Payless.
Yeah, yes,
Payless.
And he's like, I've been, he was sworn to return, and I'm trying to summon him, and I haven't seen him, and he's basically like, I haven't gone on my spiritual journey because I can't summon him. You know what I mean? And then he goes, and then Picard goes, well, what you did was very wrong, but I get I get why you were doing it. You know what I mean?
Does no one else think that Picard is being really harsh?
No. This is a fucking military operation. You be on your fucking post. And if you're gonna take,
it's not that fucking serious though. For real,
if you're gonna take time off,
it's the Enterprise.
Put a PTO in, dude.
It's the fucking Enterprise. Come on.
I don't think he was harsh at all. I think
he was being really harsh.
I think actually he went soft on him because this is, like I said, I get it. This is Enterprise and there's a very lax rules, but this is a military operation. And imagine if you did this in fucking if you're doing this in fucking the military in the army. They fucking kick you out, dude.
It's technically not a military operation. That's the thing, though. It's
I just feel where's the...
This is not professional,
where's the decency here? I don't know.
What's the decency of showing up on time?
You, of all people, do not get to talk about being professional and showing up on time.
Exactly. Mr. Light a Fire, Mr. Show up 30 hours.
You've done literally everything Worf has done in this episode so far.
Be professional.
Also, let's not forget that you've had issues with their unprofessionalism the entire show, so this is just par for the course.
That's true. But here's the thing, guys. I wasn't flying a fucking a ship, dude.
I mean, I was
a fucking
serious.
desk jockey. I'm plugging in keys, dude.
That's true. But where's
if I don't show up, nothing happens. If this guy didn't show up, who's gonna shoot torpedoes at fucking planets and black holes and anything they see.
Who's going to accidentally shoot a vessel and explode it?
Yeah. Ooh, Sarah.
I just feel like there was no sense of understanding for this one time he's late. Like,
how do you know this is one time, dude?
They said he'd never been late before.
He may be the recorder of... Yeah, okay.
No, they said he's never late, ever.
I want to get into this part, though, which I've done, and I may get some hate mail about this, but here we go. Picard then goes, which is what I do.
Right.
Is some people will ask you for advice. Like, they're like, I'm really getting into this. You should do that. You should really look into that. I think it'd be good for you. And
right.
If you're looking for me, because he's like, oh, I want to go. Like, I can't figure out this vision quest. And basically, Picard's like, this. It was not good what you did, but we get it, and you should do the thing. You know what I mean, you should definitely like explore that if it's really bothering you. Basically, that's what he says.
Right.
And if you're coming to me to convince you of not to do something, I'm the wrong fucking person, dude. If you tell me, I think I found this cult that's like good and like I'm going to give them all my money, you should definitely do that.
Oh my God.
I probably want you out of my life if I'm saying that. 2, if only for the fucking story when you come back.
Oh my God.
It's going to be great. You're going to come back. You're going to come back penniless, but you're going to come back.
And now
what I'm going to
say is going to sound very harsh. Very harsh. And it's going to sound like it's not true, but it's true. But I'm going to withhold some of the information so you don't know who it is. You guys don't know who it is.
Okay.
A friend of mine came to me a few years back and she had a kid. And she said, I'm thinking of putting my child up for adoption. And I said, absolutely. In fact, I may know somebody that's looking for,
In fact.
Yeah. I was like 100%.
I mean, that's not.
And I was like,
depending on circumstances.
I'm the wrong person to try to convince you otherwise. You came to me because you, like, if you say
they came to you wanting you to tell them not to do it.
Yeah, and I was like 100% do it.
You're like,
how do you know that they came to you hoping that you'd convince them not to?
Maybe
and they weren't actually hoping for you to convince. You didn't give them.
Like, let me go to him. He'll tell me. He'll tell me to do it.
You're right.
Yeah,
they came to me because they wanted me to say yes, do it, and then they would do it.
I mean, that's why I would go to you.
Yes. Like, if you come to me and you're like, I'm thinking of buying like a 150-inch TV. Fucking do it, dude. I don't have money. I'm gonna put in a credit card that's like,
you know what? This is totally believable from what I know about you. Honestly,
this is not only believable. This is
so
if
true.
I believe in God, I would swear it upon God because this really happened. And guess what? She didn't do it. But I will 100% always tell you to do it. Should I buy this? Do it. Do it. Please. It'll only bring you joy.
Please.
Yeah.
Maybe they began the conversation with a note in hand that says, do the opposite of whatever Ricardo says.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I will never be the guy that says, no, that's a bad idea. Unless you're like, oh, I'm thinking of hurting myself. Then I'd be like, well, there's no coming back from that, dude. So like, there's no repeats on that one.
That's how you start off.
That's very permanent.
Let's look at both sides. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Don't you want a story to tell? Come on. Yeah.
Well, the story for me to tell, you know?
Yeah.
But also, I don't want to get blamed for that. Do you know what I
mean? Yeah.
No.
That's the only one where I'll go against the grain, but I'm going to 100% tell you to do it. Do whatever it is you're selling. You want to get into real estate? Yeah, do it. This is a perfect time to get into real estate.
What if I wanted to join an MLM?
Yeah.
Do it.
Let's get on that Wayfair shit.
I hear Mary Kay's hiring.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I heard those pink Cadillacs are awesome, dude.
Avon. Yeah. I can be your Avon lady.
Yeah. So I immediately
or the knife person.
I'm on Picard's side again. Like, dude, you gotta go explore this fucking Bagul character that you're talking about.
Dude. Go, dude.
You gotta get out there. You gotta pray. You gotta get a bigger fire, first of all. That's why you're not sending him. You gotta get a bigger fire. You gotta go to the snow. You gotta go to Hoth to get, that real experience.
You gotta go to the
You gotta throw more chemicals on that fire. You gotta get a real good fume going, you know.
Next thing you know, they're on this like pilgrimage.
Yeah, they hard cut to like snowy mountains on Konos. So
I love that like establishing painting.
Yeah.
It looks like Dr. Weird's laboratory from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yeah. I do appreciate they're showing that like, yes, there's other climates on the same planet. Like it's not just the entire planet is thunder and lightning. So like
it's a different planet though, isn't it? It's Boreth and not Konos.
I thought Boreth is a place on Konos. Am I completely wrong?
No, because the Worfians show up in a different ship and they're there
Shit! Yeah, Borth is a different planet. Yeah. God damn it! I was hoping it was
remains a unidome.
Yeah.
Oh god damn it!
So he's in there and they're freezing, dude. It looks like they're freezing. They're like, and they're chanting.
They're in front of this fucking little fire.
Why are they so cold and awful?
Okay, the thing is, it's supposed to be some sort of like religious ceremony, but they just look like unhoused people like trying to stay warm. Like it doesn't look
next
like
to, a trash can. They're like,
and they're
kind of have fingerless gloves.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
It's a very odd scene, and like everyone's randomly going crazy, like seeing things, and like I don't know,
because they're unhoused. That's why it's just
no, not all unhoused people. In my memories,
I see an oil drum, and I know it's not right.
I'm just saying it's not helping. It's definitely not helping.
I mean, they're freezing. They're probably getting like hypothermia from like the fucking cold to their brain. Yeah.
So like one of the dudes goes, I saw Payless. And he's telling me
I haven't slept in 20 hours, so
he wants me.
Yeah, he wants me to join him. And he's like, he's earned his place in heaven, basically. Great job, dude. And then he's like, he wants me to join him. And I'm thinking like, this guy's gonna kill himself. This guy's gonna kill himself.
Yeah. I was like, he's gonna throw himself into the fire. And
I thought that's why they were
too.
Yeah. And then they were gonna like chant and cheer him on to be like, fire. And like he would like sacrifice himself.
They just be like, fire.
He's in Stovall now, you know? Like I don't.
And so Worf gets upset, dude. He starts taking off his brass knuckles and everything. He just starts like he's like
untaping his hands.
He had his hands taped. And he's like, what's happening? The old timer's like, what's happening, brother? And he's like, God damn it, I've been here for a millennia and I can't see fucking Payless, dude. All I'm getting is fucking high prices and shoes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he's very upset. And he's like, dude, what does the book tell us? You know? And he basically just fucking it's exactly what every cult tells you to do. And he's like, that he left, but he would one day return. And he's like, he pointed to the skies and he said, find me in your dreams. May all your wildest dreams come true. And he's like, all right, see, he's coming back. Don't be discouraged, Worf. Be cool, man. And he's like, all right. So he keeps fucking praying, dude. Yeah. And then he's praying fucking hard, dude. He's sweating, dude, and it's cold. That's how hard he's praying.
He's sweating so much.
Yeah. He's sweating like he just snorted a bunch of cocaine. Yeah. And fucking Pele shows up and he's like, hey, what's up, brother? And he like rolls up and then the other guy fucking runs and gets the other ones. And I thought, is he running because he sees him as well? Or he's running because he's like, Worf's gonna throw himself in the fire.
I think he's like, oh shit, we both actually see him. That's not supposed to happen, actually.
Well, we learn later why. But I mean, also he shows up in an amazing like fur coat and like, very fashion forward. Yeah, I know. I was like, whoa.
I do think it's funny that Worf is like,
you can't be wearing fucking after Labor Day. Sorry.
After Labor Day, you can wear a white fur coat. What?
I do think it's funny that Worf is like, oh, I'm having a vision. Great. And then he like reaches out to his hands and he's like, oh shit. Yeah. It's real. Like, I'm not prepared for that.
Yeah. Too much.
Too religious.
That's too religious.
He's like, oh shit, the edibles are really hitting right now. Oh my god, I can feel you.
So Payless shows up and he like goes to the throne room and he's like, and people are like, oh, this guy's not Payless. Like, fuck this dude. And he's like this knife thing. I made it for my hair in the volcano. And he's like, and I'm thinking, what are you, MacGyver?
His hair.
It's like he's like, I forged it from my lock of my hair. And I was like, fucking, this sounds like a bullshit story, dude. Right away.
Yeah,
and so and then so they're talking and they're fucking bullshitting, and Worf goes to get his tricorder, and Payless is like, what the fuck you doing, dude? What is that, Gizmo? And he's like, it's just my scientific thing. And he's like, yeah, you don't believe me, huh? He's like, scan me, baby, scan me. And he opens up, dude. He's like,
scan me.
And he scans and he's like, oh fuck, like he's real, you know? He's not a fake.
He is Klingon. Yeah.
Well, it's not like he's not a like, you know, for me, I'd be always in fear of being in the holodeck. You know what I mean?
Oh, that it's like, oh shit, this is actually another.
Yeah.
See, that's
I'd
true.
Be scared every time
if the world of the holodeck, if the holodeck existed in the real world, I think if you cared about that, you would constantly be worrying, am I being duped in the holodeck again?
Dude, like, every time I'd be with a lady being intimate, I'd be like, these dudes are laughing. on the other side of this thing, dude. And they just want me hump the air here, dude.
Yeah, how do I know every time I wake up, I'm not being awoken in a holodeck? You know, like.
Well, I mean, as far as you're concerned, it's real enough. Maybe they just want the best for you.
It doesn't matter, Dan. They're in the corner, and they got the goggles where they could just see what's real.
Yeah,
and they don't see the Mysterio.
They're laughing at you.
Yeah,
and you're humping the air and having a great time.
Yeah, I'm thrusting in the air, sleeping with Vanessa Kirby.
And they're laughing, but you don't have to know about it.
And they're laughing at me, dude.
Everyone's laughing at me,
dude. Yeah.
Hey, but you're the one who's getting to come, so
that's the joke's on them. Okay,
and I got a bunch of those gummies, dude. The horned up gummies.
I find it an interesting choice that for Kahless they chose an actor who's kind of a short guy. I think that's an interesting.
He's a short king, dude.
Yeah, he's definitely a short king.
It might have been something to kind of lend something to the skepticism about it.
Short kings are not to be trusted.
Well, like, is he the big imposing, figure? Is he the great warrior that Kahless is supposed to be? Really?
Right. Yeah.
Short kings are not to be trusted.
And so they're talking again in the throne room, and he's like, "Hey, a lot of people don't think I'm the real guy, dude. The real Payless.
Yeah.
You think I'm a knockoff of a knockoff."
Yeah.
And then Worf's like, he's basically like, "You guys should trust me, blah blah." And he's like, "Well, if you're the commander, you're also, like we should trust you and we should respect you, basically." And he's like, "You want to get down? Let's get fucking down, dude."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Let's play knifeys, spoonies, dude."
Yeah.
And they go at it for a bit, dude. But not enough to like really. I feel like give Worf a couple more minutes and he would have shanked him, dude. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, he would have fucking killed him. Yeah.
Definitely.
Kahless intentionally gave up to kind of be like, good fight. That was a lot of fun. But now
Kahless also goes.
Okay, that's enough.
He does something cool, which is like. He's like, you gotta have fun, dude. It's all in the hips, baby. It's all in the hips. You gotta have fun when you're killing somebody. You gotta
have fun.
You gotta feel all the little emotions. And basically, for a bit, he had me. I'm like, man, he's right. Like, I feel like the Klingons aren't having fun anymore, dude.
Yeah.
They're killing and pillaging and not having
sort
fun.
of. I mean, like during
we're not laughing.
But during Redemption,
we're not living and laughing.
Remember Redemption when they were having the Civil War? In between Civil War fights, they would all hang out at the bar together and be like, "This is sick.
We need more of that. We need more of that, though.
So I feel like they do have that. It's just Kahless.
We do sick shit, dude.
He's just making excuses, Kahless. He's just like, "Oh yeah, have fun." And they're like, "We are." I mean, the fact should have been like, "I am having fun. This is a lot of fun."
Yeah,
I mean, the fact that he was saying like a real leader commands obedience. It's like Worf already has a better idea of governance than you. How are you supposed to lead the people back into glory and prosperity when this is your way?
Yeah,
like he like basically single-handedly got Gowron into power.
yeah.
Like, kind of, come on, man. So
Gowron.
So
shout out to Gowron.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to the homie. And so,
I had this weird thought for a second. Like, I wonder if like the actor Gowron has like someone in bed be like, "Oh, do the eye thing,"
Oh yeah.
Crazy eyes? You mean?
Yeah. Could you do the crazy eyes?
Yeah. Could you do the eye thing?
Can you look right in my eyes?
Maybe it's instead, please don't do the eye thing.
Yeah.
It's like, as he's coming,
do the eye thing.
They're like, when you're climaxing, don't do the eye thing, please.
Please hold back as you're
save the eye thing until.
Oh my god! So then, when you find out someone can do something special, and you're like, well, I'd kind of like to see it, I guess, in this setting.
Look at the dude that has 2 dicks.
Sure.
Well, Klingons have 2 dicks.
Yeah,
all Klingons.
I'm saying there's a human that has 2 dicks, dude.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
I think that would be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Give it a whirl. So anyway,
sure. So this dude's like, they go to the Enterprise because they're gonna meet with Gowron and figure this shit out, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And he's hitching a ride back to Estonia, where the fuck he's from, wherever their country's from. Their planet. Sorry. So the
planet of Estonia.
Gowron shows up in a ship, dude, and he's like, "Who the fuck is this guy, dude?" And he's like, "Oh, he's here." And then he starts barking orders at Picard, and I don't like that. He's like, "Did you test him?" And he's like, "Bro, like, he's not my dude. He's your Jesus, dude. Like,
we're not going to waste Starfleet resources.
Yeah.
I do like how familiar they are with each other, though.
Yeah.
I do like how when Garan shows up, he's just like, we have history. What the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
Like, I want answers now. And Picard similarly is like, here are your fucking answers, and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. He's like, you just take him. He's over there with his fucking sandals and his white fur coat. I don't give a fuck what he wears, dude. You know, you gotta loosen up, baby.
Whatever you want.
And so Garan, is Amir or Garan's like forehead vagina getting bigger, dude? Like it's getting a little loose.
All of their foreheads are getting bigger. I think.
Okay.
I think what they did is, I think they upgraded everyone's head prosthesis to be like a single piece.
They're looking a little more clunky.
Yeah, and I think probably what happened is that in Redemption, where there was just so many Klingon foreheads to attach, the makeup artists were like, okay, we got to figure out an easier way to do this.
Let's make wig helmets.
And that's kind of I think what happened is that they were like, there's just a lot of fucking foreheads we have to put on.
So they show up and they're like, and they have the knife, the spear that speared Jesus on the fucking, the spear of destiny.
Yeah, pretty much.
And he's like, oh, it's got his blood in it. Let's test it. And they test
it. Is very Jesus-like. Yeah, there's like
he's got the blood in him, dude. He's a saint, dude. And
this made me imagine a scenario where Jesus comes back and Picard's like, we'll take a sip of his blood.
Yeah.
And if it matches the DNA of this communion wine.
Ew. Thinking about that post-COVID is so gross.
Oh, yeah.
Because like the little wipe and everyone drinking.
It was
from
always
the same
disgusting,
cup.
though. I mean, like,
but post-COVID really highlighted it to me.
Yeah, but
you just reminded me of the picture of like the pastor shooting a baby with a water gun with holy water during COVID time.
Okay, I have a question because two of the people in this podcast are Catholics or lapsed Catholics.
Raised Catholic.
Or maybe lapsed Catholics. So why can't
I'm an aggressive atheist?
So why can't we just have like a jug for the wine and just everyone has their own cups and then
because
they just
you're supposed to drink from the blood.
So you're supposed to roll up to fucking church with a cup, dude?
Yeah.
We're gonna expect the whole thing
church
filled,
gives out cups. The fucking church gives out cups.
No, it's just a sip.
They want to pocket more money, dude. They don't want to. They don't want to spend more money, dude.
Or everyone has shot glasses, right? So everyone gets a shot of Jesus.
So why don't they all waterfall it?
Yeah, why don't we all waterfall
it from a jug?
Yeah,
you're only supposed to take like a little sip, and that one wine glass is supposed to be like for like 100 people. You know what I mean?
Here's what they should do.
Maybe more.
Bring your own wine.
Yes, I would love that.
Fun. Yeah, and then you get to sip it throughout the mass.
God,
and it's more fun.
Or if it has to be the fucking thing, like actually they're anointed. Maybe like take like a dropper. Like suck up a dropper for each person.
That's a stupid idea, Marvin.
That way nobody has to touch anything.
Bring your wine to
no, you're like a baby bird.
Bring your own communion.
Yeah.
Bring your own communion.
You bring your own homemade wafers and all shit.
I put garlic powder and
I'm sorry, the body of Christ.
My flesh of Jesus is covered in cheese.
In the summer, it's sangria. It's sangria and it's cool. It's iced.
Sangria.
I have mango habanero.
I'm eating mango habanero, Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, you get the little.
I made cheese sandwiches out of my Jesus. Okay.
I was always disturbed how it's supposed to be the blood of Jesus in the body.
I wasn't. I was like,
Jesus, I'm a vegan. You know, the blood and body of Christ. You know, and I'm like,
it's meant to be. It is meant to be symbolic. A bit shocking.
Yeah. But it was just like, oh my God, like
people who have done like historical analyses of the way like religions have worked throughout culture. It's like, especially for like Catholic culture, like. The reason why the cathedrals are that way, it is literally like the architecture was designed to literally shock a peasant into believing that God is real. Like it's so like amazing that a peasant would be like,
should have shown a fucking a posi track and a fucking cutlass. Sierra.
So like like all of the ritual and stuff is also meant to be. I
mean, I get that. I mean, even like, where you think of like the St. Louis Cathedral right on the banks, it's like very shocking and like.
Oh yeah, and it's designed to stand out. And at the time, it would have also been the very first thing people who arrived would have seen and been like,
"Yeah,
whoa,
here's
that's
the thing.
crazy."
If you want to scare somebody, you should have just played fucking Johnny Be Good, dude, and say you guys don't understand it, but your kids are gonna be
during mass. You just start
treating Johnny Be Good treating Johnny Be Good like a prophecy of an eclipse or something.
Yeah. Like a full lunar eclipse starts happening. Everyone's like, "What's going on? Yeah. What's going on? What is this music?"
You guys aren't ready for this eclipse yet. But your kids are gonna love it.
There was apparently like some sort of like I forgot the composer, but apparently during the period where he composed this classical music. I mean, back then it wasn't called classical music, but when he composed
it's called music, dude.
Yeah, it was like apparently so different and so shocking. The audience rioted, like they were like, like they started like destroying their chairs and like burning things down. They were like,
moshing? You mean moshing?
Kind of. Yeah, they started moshing. Yeah,
dude.
Yeah,
they were like, "This is
nuts."
Yeah, I would love to see footage of just what that looked like.
Like one guy just started like raising his arms like really high, like he's like yeah, and then another guy did it too, and then he started pushing, and then everyone's like, "That looks so fucking fun, dude! Look at them!" And
let's all do that.
Yeah. And then
there had to have been headbangers at least, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
And they all started forming death walls, and they also started like.
I've been a part of a
it's
couple
like Mozart
death walls
playing in the background, you know.
Mm-hmm. Actually, my first death wall was at a Lamb of God concert.
Oh,
speaking religion, yeah, very good band.
There you go.
That was my first death wall experience. Very fun. Oh. Lamb of God fans out there, I love you.
Yeah, Catholicism.
Yeah.
Fucking Christian metal.
Good. Yes. Lamb of God is very
Christian.
Christian.
It's definitely Christ rock for sure. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, in the spectrum, in the spectrum of like metal, you definitely have people who are like, "Oh, this is lame metal. It's not even like that's not even dark, dude. That's not even like Sepultura, dude."
Oh, God, no.
And so you have Beverly, and she's like,
"Oh shit, right, Beverly's there." Yeah,
God, you are the Father. This is Jesus. and she's like, the DNA proves it, you know. Mm-hmm. And we have another Mary Povich reveal, and everyone, even Worf's like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Yeah. I do like how Gowron is still like, that's not real. Yeah.
Is that the point when Worf goes like full on like?
Yeah, that's when he goes full on. Yeah,
he goes full on like biblical, like crazy.
He goes, "Oh shit, this is real." Kahless has risen,
and he goes on his rant.
Yeah. That's when he like
starts the scene going, "It'll be glorious."
Yes.
That's so weird.
And he's like, "We should just give each other bunnies and eggs because he is risen." And so. Which it upsets me so much, dude. Every holiday upsets me. Every holiday.
Easter?
There's only one holiday that doesn't upset me, and that's fucking Thanksgiving. Because you get to kill a fucking animal and you eat it.
Oh my God. That should be the one most upsetting holiday.
You can do that any day, honestly. It doesn't have to be Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Well, you should be upset about a lot of holidays.
I'm upset about
Thanksgiving
all of them.
is also a holiday to be upset about.
I'm not going to be upset at the holiday where it's about eating and like basically like some of the major sins in the world in one fucking sitting, dude.
I mean, that's also a holiday to be upset about, though. Thanksgiving, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know Thanksgiving was actually invented during the American Civil War? Yeah. It was not done back during colonial times. It was invented as a way to uplift the spirits of the Union Army.
How about that?
Well, so, I was just reading about fucking old Mardi Gras. I didn't know it was a fucking Catholic holiday.
Oh yeah, it's
oh my God, yeah.
It's like carnival.
Very much.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you're supposed to before Lent and all the Ash Wednesday.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Because Catholicism's rules were so like rigid, they were like, we can game the system before we have to give shit up. We're gonna go fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And the Catholic Church was like, yeah, sure.
I mean, they literally
it's the purge. It's the purge.
It's a purge.
Rule saying a dog can't celebrate Mardi Gras.
Yeah. I mean, like they still practice. Like here in New Orleans, it's like, you know, they do like the closing of Bourbon Street to signify Ash Wednesday, where they literally like close it down. Like there's a lot of like ritual and like,
but that's at that point that's more of a ceremony
stuff. It's like ceremony stuff, but it's still carries back from like the whole point of closing down Bourbon Street and like, you know, saying now we at midnight we're on Ash Wednesday now, so everything stops, you know. So it's interesting.
So he goes all biblical, dude, this guy.
Yeah.
And he's like fucking Payless is a real thing. He's got deep discounts, dude. And so
you cannot challenge his discounts, Gowron.
There are no better deals than Payless. And so
his economies of scale cannot be matched by your petty empire.
So a couple things happen now, right? So one is that Gowron is like, this is bullshit. I don't know what you guys did, but this is bullshit, dude. And so
I do think it's interesting the way Gowron is approaching it, because there is the angle where he is like, fuck, I don't want to stop being leader. But I think it is also him legitimately being like, this is fake as shit though. Like something's up. So I think like it is interesting that there's two things going on. It's not just him being petty. And being like,
he comes off as like, there's substance to his objections for sure.
And he seems to legitimately be like, if we do follow through with this, there will be civil war again. And I just got out of a civil war and I don't want to do
And basically he's talking to Worf and he's like, dude, join me. Like, say that guy's bullshit. Join me. And I'll give you a cabinet position in my government. I'll give you a department called Doji or Doggy. And he's like, no, I don't want that, dude.
No, cool. Worf's way better.
Well, and then they so it turns out the freaking Elon Musk of this fucking episode is the goddamn Payless, dude. Because he goes with
Koroth, really. Koroth, because Koroth is the one who made him using clone. This is the part of the episode I hated.
So let's talk about this first. Okay. Gowron, I think he challenges him to fight, and he fucking beats him, dude. He's about to shank him.
He beats the shit out of him.
And Worf has to be like, stop him, because he's gonna get fucking stabbed, dude. Stabby. So then after all this bullshit, like he's like, we can't tell anybody. And then the other guy's like, oh, we'll say he slipped. The other guy used other tactics. Is like, they're fucking.
We'll make shit up. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll make shit up, dude. We'll give him a trophy for the best golfer at his own. It's the vibe I get from these.
They were making those noises.
And so this other group's like, you got to side with us, Worf. Like, you saw it. Like Gowron was playing dirty tactics when he fucking fought him, and he's like, no, it's bullshit, dude. Like he starts to like basically like doubt. Like he's like, oh, fucking the real Payless would not fucking go down like that. He's the best warrior of all time, dude. He was the ultimate warrior. You know?
Yeah. He just runs between the ropes over and over again. It's the only move.
And so finally they're like, dude, this guy's a clone, dude. He's a cloner.
It's so lame. It's so lame that it's just a clone.
Yeah, he's a clone, and then we like meet him. We meet him up here. And he's like, "What the fuck?"
We did a magic trick. We made him appear in front of you with a teleportation, and we're like, "Look, Kahless has returned." Also, we somehow have authentic memories of Kahless stored somewhere, and we put them in your brain.
Yes. Not only that, we can make him remember a memory that Worf had.
Yeah.
From when he was a kid.
It's real bullshit, dude. Real bullshit, dude.
That is unexplainable with that.
Yeah, like, they don't explain that at all.
Unless he told them and then they put it in his mind. You know what I mean?
That's true.
That's maybe the only explanation they can have. It's also, like Worf said,
they need Worf. They need Worf because his brother is a big shot, dude. His brother's like,
and maybe Worf in the middle of his like meditations said it out loud. Oh, when I was young, I tried to meet you, Kahless, and then they did.
All right, and there's enough there.
And the guy was in the back writing notes and be like, Worf met Kahless.
Okay, program that in.
Did they have to practice their like surprised faces when they all like came out?
Oh yeah, there's a whole back room where they're like, okay, and
my God, this is when we pop out. We come out now.
Only the real Kahless would know this story.
Yeah.
He's like, should we clutch our pearls? And he's like, we don't have pearls. Okay, that's fine. Should we clutch our brass knuckles?
Yeah.
Should we clutch our big giant gray belt things?
Yeah. So he basically says, I'm going to go tell Gowron. Gowron. So he goes to tell Gowron. He's like, hey, bro, this dude's a fucking cloner, dude. He's like one of the fucking like stormtroopers. He's
not real.
Yeah. He didn't have check his belly button. Doesn't have a belly button, dude.
No. Yeah.
And so
the way they're calling him a fake though feels so like when Worf's like, he's not even fucking real. Like I don't know who was it was just like, he's a fucking imitation. And
Kalis
like, oh my
looks
God.
so sad. Whenever
he's just
they cut back to him,
like, I am real.
After Kalis loses the fight, every cut back to Kalis, he's kind of going like, yeah, you're right. I'm not great.
Yeah, like was it Worf who was just like, he's not even real. Like he's an imposter. Like, and I'm just like, damn, like he's an imitation.
It's as existentially devastating as the people in the holodeck finding out they're not real, but he has to live with it.
Yep.
Yeah. I felt sad. I'm like, he is real. I felt sad for him in that moment. I was like, he didn't ask for this. Like he thought it was real. Yeah. He's real. Like
they should have given up for abortion or adoption.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Adopt Kalis.
Given up.
Worf is like, I shall have a second son.
To the real Kalis. The real Kalis, dude. It's what's it called? Sacrifice.
It's a great Payless in the sky.
Look, him and Alexander can pair up together. They can go off together.
Here's the thing. So they have a meeting with all the three gangs, dude, right? You got the original Testament, the New Testament, and then Worf, right? And they both want Worf because his brother's the Candyman, and they all want to get their sweet tooth sucked.
Rest in peace, Candyman.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So then he's like Worf's like, dude, technically, even though this guy's a cloner, he's the rightful heir. Because he's got the bloodline, dude. You know what I mean? Like that's how it works, baby. That's
not his argument. Worf's argument.
That's my argument.
Oh, okay. Well, Worf's argument specifically is that because he's swayed by the fact that two of Gowron's men are still waiting for Kalis to return. So Worf's argument is basically that there are some people on Konos that you will not be able to convince otherwise because their faith is too deep. They will make a leap of faith.
They're all wearing red hats.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of skipped over the part where the whole time Data has been sort of like asking Worf, you're religious? Yes. That's weird. Why are you religious? And then at the very
he was
end,
strangely willful in this episode.
Yeah. And then at the end, Data kind of goes, well, I've had a crisis of faith before too. Because, they told me I'm an android. And I was like, oh, I can never be anything more than just whatever I'm programmed to do. But I took a leap of faith, believed in myself. Now look at me. I'm number 2.
I can dance. I can act.
Yeah.
Started from the bottom. Now I'm here.
He's like, I'm fucking ladies all over this place.
I fucking play the guitar. I paint. I have a cat. I fucking act.
Yara and it killed her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I act in Beverly's Deadly Plays. I play, I
slept with someone who forbade me from telling anyone.
Yeah. And I told everybody immediately. I have 3 dicks. And he's like, 3 dicks. We have two.
That convinced Worf to be like, you're right. Yeah. We can never dissuade people from faith, essentially from religion.
Yeah. So basically, he's like, we're gonna do a best of both worlds, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying, dude.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying, dude.
They're gonna get Jellicoe back.
Yeah, we gotta get Jellicoe back. 2, this is the thing, dude. He's like, we gotta get the believers, the idiots, the believe, and the non-believers by teaming up, dude. We team up. We make a department of efficiency. And we get rid of all the fat, dude.
No, what they do.
That's not what they do. Stop trying to make it about that, Ricardo.
No, they basically create the British monarchy. They basically go.
They're like, there's a prime minister, and then there's the king. So let's just do that.
So Gowron remains prime minister, and the king is the crown is Kalis, and he'll be like a spiritual leader. And that's
that way you grab everybody, if you know what I mean. Grab them by the
with all the same genes as his predecessor.
Yeah. But none of the baggage, dude, and twice the half the stature. Yeah. So he's like, look, he's a short king, dude. It's in
what
the
if
name,
they were like,
king.
when we cloned him, we tried to make his original height, but it just was. It's like he's like mini me, you know.
There's a part where Koroth starts over explaining exactly what they did, and it got me laughing.
I hated that.
Like, up until then, you were conscious, but before then, we were accelerating your growth and also fixing your genetic defects and also filling in your memories. And it's like, dude, you don't have to explain everything.
They should have just said, we figured out how to clone him and keep some memories, and that's it. 2 sentences.
To me, okay. So the problem with the episode to me is that they had to give a very concrete explanation as to how Kahless came back, which I think normally for Star Trek, that's what you want. You want like a clear explanation, but this is an episode about faith. So to me, it's weird that they have this really almost boringly logical reason for him to have come back, when really I feel like it should have stayed, and I grant that it would be difficult to write, but I think it should have stayed ambiguous to a degree, because it was supposed to be about that leap of faith. And it was, and I think it should have been about like Worf going, okay, everyone's arguing about how he came back. It doesn't matter how he came back. He is back now. And there are people who will never not believe and follow him.
Yep.
And that is the thing we have to deal with now. So I find it weird that they had this whole scene where Koroth is like, well, you know, as we were cloning you, we try to fix you along the way as you were going wrong. And it's like, it makes him like, like it's really stupid. Like, I don't know. It's like
okay. Well, I think your idea is an improvement, but I don't necessarily hate what we have here. Like, I'm okay with it being a really bungling like way that he ended up existing again, and the Klingon Empire just dealing with it in that way.
Yeah, and at first they're like, oh yeah. Well, he'll be in power, and we won't tell. And it's like Worf's like, no. We're gonna tell everybody. Like, we're gonna tell them the truth.
I do like that ending where he's like, we're gonna actually completely explain that he is a clone of Kahless.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and I do like that.
He's like, but how could the deals get better? They're already Kahless. And he's like, he's shorter. He fits through smaller spaces. He, tastes like less resources. He's a short king, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So anyway, he basically says, I got some faith back. We got a clone baby now, who's a full grown man, not a baby. And Garan is still in power.
There's that. How does that work?
He just came out fully grown. Yeah.
He's a full grown man, dude. And they come with white fur.
Yeah.
And so he basically goes like, Mailbag will be with you. And all right, Mailbag will be with you.
Yeah.
I guess there's no like taboo whatsoever surrounding making clones. At least
no, there is. You're not supposed to, but they also can't.
Says who?
I mean, the Federation, really? At this point?
The Federation's like pretty against that. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Is that
it feels like they should have mentioned something here.
The Federation's very against like genetic engineering. Because
here's the thing about the Federation. They can't even get their fucking prime directive right, dude. So what about you figure that out, come back to us, and then
so like the whole cloning, the reason why Khan was a big problem was because Khan was super into genetic engineering. And
but they have the replicator. Isn't that genetic engineering?
No, that's just building shit out of molecules.
Here's the thing.
So
here's the thing. I get it when you're like
slippery slope.
I get it's a slippery slope, but that's not for you to just tell us what to do, dude. It's our
that's the thing.
It's our genes,
but I think it's also like I think that's also why they're like, well, you're Klingons, so we can't tell Klingons what to do. So I think that's why it's not brought up at all, because it's just Klingons doing it.
Also, I feel like if the technology exists, like somebody's gonna do it. It's kind of like the whole AI thing right now. Like, it's here. It's queer. We got to deal with it. So
that was the premise of Up the Long Ladder, where there was that other planet who was like, no, we are gonna clone, like, because it was our only way to survive.
The Federation should adopt that, because I mean, if Klingons can clone to this level of sophistication, then, I mean, should it still be something they look down upon? I mean, should clones have their rights? I and whatever. I don't know.
Like clones do gain rights as soon as they're sentient. Remember in DS9 where that killer guy, he created a clone of himself so he could kill his clone in order to frame someone.
Right.
And then when Julian recloned him out of the leftover DNA, they were like, well, okay, he's free. But you're going to jail. So, so they do like give them rights. But I think the general act of cloning is frowned upon because of chicanery like that, where you frame
but
I guess ChatGPT is generally frowned upon right now.
I guess it's a technique that's been perfected to an extent.
Yeah, and
like, clones aren't necessarily just deteriorating on their own or anything.
It's doable in multiple different ways because Julian in that episode was like, "Oh, this is a type of cloning I hadn't seen before."
It's so interesting. Like, I can't wait till we get to this part of humanity where, like, can you imagine? Can you imagine?
We're not going to get to any part of humanity.
Can you imagine living? I
can't imagine it because it's not going to happen.
But can you imagine living somewhere and Jesus's clone comes back, and now you just have to deal with it. You know what I mean?
The conservatives would immediately kill him if he really came back in real life.
But like, can you imagine if we had to face, like, if this happened to us, like current day?
That's kind of happening.
What I mean? Like, that's kind of nuts. Like,
it's happening to a certain degree right now. So, if you guys have heard of like CRISPR is like this. A way of like genetic sequencing really, really efficiently. So there's a company that's attempting to use it to bring back like woolly mammoths, which is like kind of nice.
I don't know about that.
But to be fair, like already trying to splice those into mice or something.
Yeah, but
something like that.
They're trying to make miniature ones, so they're more like
mini mammoths.
Sounds terrible.
And to be fair,
Hills ladies,
woolly mammoths actually existed throughout the course of human civilization. Like,
we eat them.
Yeah, but they're were delicious. Like, I mean, we don't know what that would look like nowadays. I mean, that's not something we should fuck with.
Cloning any animal because I want to taste
any animal.
You want to taste a woolly mammoth?
Yeah, I think it's delicious.
A woolly mammoth burger?
Yeah.
I mean, I just think like what a pivot humanity would have to make if we lived in this Star Trek world where it's like, and Jesus is back, or something.
Well, reminder that's on the other side of a nuclear war.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's true.
We still got a little bit to go.
Yeah.
On our end, really. I guess. Not too much longer.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe a couple years.
See, the thing is, Star Trek imagined there was a World War III with nukes, and then there was like a cool comeback because of the Vulcans.
Cool comeback.
I think we're gonna go extinct in a much dumber, lamer way.
Oh yeah,
I don't think
much lamer.
Like the dinosaurs? Was that even a lame way to go? Or
no. It won't be like it will not be a cool meteorite hitting the Earth thing. It'll be like, oh, we accidentally like made
press
like
the wrong
some
button. And, like,
someone accidentally like released a virus that like everyone's now it makes everyone shit themselves to death or something.
Yeah.
What if it just turned into the Animatrix and we went like second Renaissance?
I think it'll be like Children of Men. Like, I mean, it would like no one could have
like a slow decay. Yeah. Where it's like, we accidentally did a thing where everyone on Earth is sterile now. Whoops.
You know what I was thinking? I'm going to go on a weird deep dive, but just bear with me.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about like cloning and like the human experience and all this stuff, and like how they, since they accelerated him, like he missed out on a lot of. He's got memories, but he missed out on a lot of like
they're all constructed.
Yeah. And I was thinking like of all the human experiences, like because people are like,
Klingon experience.
Well, here's the thing. Here, I'll be honest. What also inspired it? Okay. This maybe like a week ago, someone I follow on Instagram posted like, oh, I've been running lately, and then there's this cool article about like the longevity of life if you do this and if you're a runner, blah blah. Like he's really into the running cult,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I was like, but why?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Like honestly, like give me a reason to like extend your life.
Yeah.
You can't really do it more than a few years, and then
yeah.
Well, and then the response was, well, don't you want to see your grandkids? And I'm like, no, I don't need So I think the most premier human experience.
I mean, that's assuming that you will have any. That's your.
And also, how much time did you spend running to gain more life back?
Yeah, exactly.
Was it really like?
Yeah. What's the trade-off there?
Like, I don't need to see grandkids because the most premier human experience is being able to Xerox your DNA, which is having a kid. I think, honestly, like in a very selfish way, that's like 50%
Xerox it.
Yeah, that's the best human experience you can have because you're literally transcending time. Do you know what I mean? Like it's so,
for one generation.
For one generation, yeah. And it's not even about like, oh, I'm leaving nothing. Like, forget about all that. Just like literally the existential. Do you know what I mean?
What if you're not a fan of your DNA?
That's the other thing. Yeah.
Like, what if you don't like your DNA, therefore wouldn't want to replicate it in any kind of way?
Well,
and it actually would be maybe a burden on that person, and I would feel sorry for them.
Well, I'm just talking
speaking
about,
for myself.
I'm talking about.
I would be like, damn, I don't want you to get any of this DNA because it fucking sucks.
I'm talking about as a human experience. Like, to me, it's kind of like, hey, like the meaning of life is what you make of it. You know, like the old fucking Paul's Sartre. Like, there's a bunch of philosophies, right? But life really is what you make it. Whether you believe in God or, you know, pay less, it's about what you make it, right?
Yes.
But here's the thing, and I wrote this down. Because I was going through these thoughts, and I was thinking, it's the most, you're biologically transcending life. Do you know what I mean? By having a kid, and that's a premier experience, just like death is a premier experience. Like, because that's a human experience, because everybody dies. So like, I don't want to like not have that. Like, to me, like if you said like, oh, we figured out how to be immortal, that's not something I'm interested in, because death is part of the human experience.
Right. Well, if you did figure out how to solve death,
that doesn't apply strictly to humans, though. What you're describing is procreation. That goes for all life.
Well, yeah, all life, yeah. And then I went down this deep, like, me, because I was high, but I'm like,
that was gonna be my question.
Yeah, and my next thought was like, oh, that's weird that we won't let that we're like, we're pro-choice, right? You should have the choice of whether you want to have kids or not, right? Or like, if you don't want to have kids, you know. But we're like, we cannot let these fucking animals go extinct. We gotta make them so we're like, so we're not
pro-choice.
Well, look, these fucking tortoises don't want to fuck, okay?
That's because 99.999% of those extinctions are our fault.
Yeah, so but we should be like, it's our fault.
No, wait, it's the pandas. Oh, the pandas, where they're just like, nah, they don't want to fuck. We gotta artificially inseminate them. Yeah.
No.
They don't want to fuck. They're just
pandas fuck like every 10 years.
Not nearly as bad as it used to be now.
Yeah, but they like artificially inseminate them and stuff. Like, they have to really help them along.
These guys are lazy.
Pandas are lazy.
Even without humans, pandas would not have lasted, because one, pandas only eat bamboo.
They're high all the time.
Yeah, they only eat bamboo, which is like basically eating nothing. Like, there's no nutrients in bamboo, so they have to eat so much fucking bamboo in order to barely live. They suck at like fighting. So if like another actual bear attacked it, it'd be fucking dead. And they don't fuck. They don't have kids.
Marvin, they're bad at just sitting. Have you seen videos of?
Oh yeah.
They'll fucking fall.
Yeah.
Pandas were going to naturally like fall off the tree of life eventually at some point. Like,
here's the thing is that I'm against that. Like, I'm like,
we should have let them go.
We should. That's on us. And we don't deserve the fucking dodo bird. Let it be extinct.
Well, see the dodo bird, we fucked up. We did that, so that's our fault.
Here's the thing: it doesn't matter if we did it. We have to live with that, and now we go like,
and we don't get any more birds.
But why is it a function of what we deserve? It's not that we don't deserve their existence; they deserve to exist.
The dodo bird should exist.
I understand that, but like, it should be our shame to live with that. To be like,
it's not about us.
Future generation,
it is not about us.
It's everything's about us, Marvin. Look, everything is about us.
It's about us all time.
Yeah, we should be like 3 generations into the future, and they're like, "What is dodo bird I hear you talking about all the time?" And it's like we let it go. We let it go extinct because we're fucking animals. Because we're fucking stupid. We like to think we're very intellectual and we have the ability for abstract talk, but we're fucking just monkeys that know how to use computers. That's it. And know how to use guns. Not very well sometimes. But
definitely not.
That's what I'm telling you. In my administration, every monkey will have a gun.
Every monkey will have a gun gaff taped to their hand that they cannot remove.
I mean, I'm
pro-choice. They can have the choice of putting the gun down.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I definitely find your existential thoughts interesting for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, what is the meaning of life? What is the purpose of it all? Who knows? What is if you had to sum it up into a sentence?
And it's not even what the meaning of life is. I'm just talking about, just talking about human experiences or
experience.
Or because look, I get that every animal has that life cycle and they experience that, but like we're one of the species that have like the ability of the ability of imagination in the last episode. I mean, like that's wild. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's so to me, like that's the premiere.
But animals can imagine.
To me, premiere experiences is dying.
Mm-hmm.
It should. No, I'm not going to say the other one. Dying, having a kid, maybe like having a heart broken. I think is also a good experience. I think it's a bad one, but I think it's a good human experience to experience loss.
I mean, those are all very human experiences. I mean, different animals experience like loss or grief or heartbreak much differently.
But I think they do experience that.
Huh?
I mean, like, animals definitely do experience
They do. They just do it depending on the animal. They can treat it differently, Like,
yeah, I mean, like when a bird loses its mate because they mate for life, it's or a lot of them do. It's that they're just fucked for the rest of their life. They're like, fuck.
I mean, but there are some animals that like when they have a kid die, they eat it.
By myself.
You know what I mean? Like it's not.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It depends on the species, and it depends on
But then there's others like elephants that have like a very well documented like grieving process and like rituals.
Yeah, the entire like little tribe of elephants.
Yeah,
will,
it's like crazy.
Together
or like
cats. Cats are crazy because cats are like, oh, my owner's dead. I'm gonna fucking eat it. Yeah,
they would. But I've had cats that have lost the cat housemate.
They'll eat their babies, dude. Cats are not
fucking wouldn't. I've had cats that have lost their housemate and they grieve.
Yeah, they do.
They definitely grieve.
Yeah. I could have eaten it, but my owner took it away.
The other cat there. No.
Like when our cat Bert passed away, Evie spent a lot of time on his bed and was just like, oh, where's
she was
Bert?
like, oh, this bed's finally fucking open. Thank God.
Yeah. No, she was like spending a lot of time with his carrot. He had a specific carrot.
I mean, when my first cat Mia, when Wally passed away, Mia was, she was distraught. She would go around the house like totally listless, and then I got her a friend, and she was feeling a lot better.
Do you think this is just putting your emotions into it?
No, they do.
I've had a lot of dogs. I've had a lot of cats. I've had a lot of my family is like a huge animal family, right?
Mm-hmm.
As we speak, there's 3 cats, 1 dog, a possum in the garage, and an outside cat. All right, so there's 4 cats, 1 outside cat, outside possum.
I have you to thank for 2 of cats in my life.
Yeah. That's not me, my family.
Your family, yes.
And we've had animals in the home.
Love them.
I've never experienced this.
Oh yeah, we've experienced it all the time.
Yeah,
and it's definitely like you can interpret it however you want. There is a change in behavior and a loss of energy.
Yeah, and it could be like a change in routine too. Like animals are very routine based. So if all of a sudden that cat is not there anymore, or that person's not there anymore,
does fuck them
they're going
up.
to feel a certain way.
Yeah, maybe I'll go with the routine thing, but I've never experienced like.
Cats are.
My dog was like, all right, I guess.
Really, that's so crazy. Oh no, I've seen like birds, like literally, like when their owner dies, like birds will like fucking flip out.
Oh no, yeah,
like so.
Don't
sad,
even get me started on birds, dude.
Marvin loves birds, so be careful here.
I hate.
I know. I don't think birds should be pets. Go fuck yourself.
My mom had those birds with the pompadours. What are those birds called?
Cockatiels?
Well, there's cockatoos and there's cockatiels.
She had and every time I'd be like, Mom, you're a fucking horrible person, dude. Why the fuck do you take the animal that has
wings, the gift of flight,
dude? The gift that I would do so many things for, dude.
Yeah, me too.
Everybody wishes for that fucking gift, dude. And we're gonna do what we're gonna do. We're gonna put it in a fucking cage. where it can't use its fucking gift, dude.
We're gonna clip its wings so it can never fly again.
Yeah.
That's so terrible. Oh my god.
Yeah. That's not what clipping its wings means.
You know, like make it, do the thing where they can't fly.
They don't clip their wings in the wild, dude.
Also, it's not they'll never fly again because their feathers do grow.
Like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like they can't fly.
Well, they'll never fly again if they're in your house.
It's a big cage.
They fly around the house. Like,
Marvin, they could fly around the world if they wanted to before.
No, they're cockatiels. They don't fly around the world.
They could fly anywhere they wanted.
They want to stay near where they live to begin with. They don't fucking just fly to They're not geese. They don't migrate to the fucking south.
They want to feel the sun on their feathers.
Imagine if like someone if we were somebody's pets and they're like, oh, these creatures can walk. Let's fucking break their legs, dude, and put them in a fucking cage so they don't fucking walk. Dude.
You know what? I can see both sides because before I met Marvin, I was very much Ricardo's school of thought. Like I thought it was like horrific, like having a bird in a cage, like as a pet. Like I was like, wow, that's crazy. But now knowing Marvin, who is, lots of birds have come through, like I can see both sides. Yeah, I know. Like to
me, the argument is like, then you can make this argument about every pet ever.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yes.
Yeah. So you can't just single out birds. This doesn't work that way.
They can fly though.
I could single them out because they have the most unique gift.
That's amazing. I mean, being able to fly is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, birds aren't the only things that can fly, but sure.
I mean, insects. But I don't want to be an insect, dude. I don't want to get eaten by a bird.
Yeah,
I'd want to be like a condor, but then I'd go extinct, or like an eagle.
Oh, I'd want to be a condor. That sounds cool.
You know what I mean? Or
what's your score? What's your score for Rightful Heir?
Sorry, we got deep in philosophical thought about birds.
Sorry,
as
guys.
Pets.
I'm gonna go with a 6.5.
Okay.
Oh, that's lower than I thought you would have, considering
that tracks, because when I watched this episode, my first thought was Ricardo's gonna hate this episode.
Well,
I don't know if you hated it, but
I don't hate it. It's just like I think all religion's silly, so like it's just hard to come at me like I don't want to get into another fucking Tim and Art, but here's the quick thing of it. I didn't like The Passion of the Christ, not because it was a religious movie, but because it had no narrative thread. Like it
was very easy to follow. They beat him up, and then he got crucified.
That is the narrative
and then
thread.
The movie ended.
Yeah, I just needed more things.
Beating him up over and over.
I needed something. I needed him to like plan a heist or something, with Clooney or something cool, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm a 6.5 on this one.
That movie ruffled feathers at the time.
Yeah. But it would be great if like Jesus's powers were super literal. So he's like, oh, in order to open this safe, I'm going to put one fish and one loaf of bread in it, and then and the safe will explode because I fill it with fish and bread.
Here's the thing. He's very the Ocean's 11 of the biblical days.
Fish and bread pressure.
It's all the yeast. Here's my last thought on this bullshit, dude.
Or he's like a killer, so he's like, oh, I'm going to turn all the water in your body into wine, and that'll kill you instantly.
Alcohol poisoning for the inside.
Yeah, by alcohol poisoning specifically.
Here's the thing. It's like the Bible, every religious text has tons of fucking magic, dude.
It's and you know what? And one of the things I respect the Catholics for is the Catholics kind of embraced the fact that it's like magic, because they have all sorts of like different like things where it's like we literally mean this is the blood of Christ and the flesh, the body of Jesus. This is not a metaphor. Like it's they literally go, oh, as soon as it enters your mouth, it becomes blood. Like this is literal magic happening, and I kind of appreciate that they went all in and they were like, no, this shit's real. Like we also defined how, and we're also like gonna dictate how like purgatory works. Back in the day, you didn't let unbaptized babies go to purgatory. Now you're fine. Now you can kind of just hang out there.
I talked to the guy upstairs. He cleared it.
Yeah, we talked to him. We figured out a solution.
We talked him down, and capybaras are fish now.
Yeah, that's the shit. I love that they're like,
you can eat them on Friday.
Yeah, they embrace the fact that it's weird magic stuff.
You can have a capybara burger.
I
want to talk about something.
It's an aquatic animal.
I have some family that they're Jehovah's Witnesses.
Right.
And my dad is not. My dad's an atheist. And my dad will often go on deep dives. I mean, I think I've explained how he studied different religions and stuff, but lately he's like, oh, I've in this thing where I'm in this chat with this thing. It was really weird how this came up, but he's like, oh,
I'm in this chat talking about this thing.
So Jehovah's Witnesses were very strict. Like you had to wear, you couldn't have beards, right? You couldn't have, but they're like, because the modern style is people have beards. You know what I mean? People let their beard go.
Right.
My dad's like, oh, I heard that they're going to change the rules on beard and stuff. So I'm like, sure enough, a couple of months later, they're like, beards are okay now. You can have a beard just as long as it's trim, blah, blah. And then he's like, and then just recently he's like, I hear that they're going to do the blood thing. The blood thing's
really?
Okay.
They changed that?
That's
crazy.
They haven't changed it yet. It's in the process.
Soon,
okay. Oh, Ricardo has the inside scoop on the blood transfusion rule.
It looks like they're going to do it, so it's okay. And I'm like, but what about all those people who had family members that died?
That sucks. Dude? I don't want to even think about that.
Because, you know what I mean? And so it was in the conversation. So I'm this is all allegedly, guys. So
right, yeah. It's kind of like how when the Catholic Church
they're changing the rules. They're moving the goalposts.
It's like when the Wooly Versus talked about this before, which is really funny. But he was describing how the Catholic Church for a long time said if an unbaptized baby dies, they go to hell. There's nothing you can do about it. But then recently, the Catholic Church changed the law or the rule, saying, well, if a baby dies before being baptized, it'll just end up in purgatory. Because it's a little unfair. They didn't get a chance. And everyone was like, wait, what are the babies before that rule? Well, what happened to them? And they're like, I don't know.
Sucks for them, I guess.
I'm failing to remember the bit that they came up with, but it was pretty funny.
Well, yeah, it's there's a great animation about it. You can look it up. Wooly versus God.
Yes.
Look it up.
You can't be saying here's the thing in my eyes,
right?
If God is all seeing and all knowing,
right,
then he would have put all those rules of the future into the goddamn book. He would have inspired someone to write.
He did. I mean, if there's some weird rules that we don't understand yet, and it will make sense.
It'll make sense eventually. Look, that no shellfish thing, that'll make sense soon.
Yeah, that don't boil a goat kid in its own mother's milk rule. We don't know why yet.
We're not sure yet.
That'll come up though.
You think in the future we're going to be boiling fucking goats?
Well, it's going to be a problem in the future.
No, there's going to be a crucial decision in which that will be the question, and there's going to be like, well, what did God say about that?
What did we have to do? I'm not sure.
Shit. Oh shit! You talked about this.
Yeah, that was in there. Yeah, don't worry. It'll all be answered soon enough.
Don't eat. What is it? Don't eat.
I see
cheese with something, and it's like I'm not gonna.
Don't mix dairy with another thing or something like that.
I'm like, I can't, dude. I can't with this magic.
All will be revealed eventually.
I would be so into it. Just show me one magic trick, dude. One magic trick, and I'm all in, dude.
Well, that's the point of the communion. They literally go see
into wine.
It turned back into
shit about communion, dude. Unless you're gonna change it to bring your own wine, I don't want to hear it, dude.
The flesh
I
into
gave
the
up
cracker.
on getting into heaven long ago when I started mixing fabrics.
It's true.
I didn't give my
they'll
score.
explain why. Yeah,
I didn't give
your score. You got to get in there. Your score.
My score is
wait. Sarah's vote doesn't count because she's a woman. According to
that's true. According to biblical law.
According to biblical law, I don't get to have a say.
Yeah,
you're Catholic too, so
yeah, that's true. That's very true. I'm gonna go with a 7.
Marvin, what's Sarah's score, dude?
Oh God.
God.
Well, technically, we have not wedded, so she's not my wife to control.
That's true.
So,
that's true. We're definitely living in sin for sure.
Yeah.
Where are the stones?
We would be stoned. Yeah, we would be actually living in sin, so we would be stoned together.
Probably be stoned to death. I'm gonna go with a 7. the discussion was fun and lively, but it was interesting to see this side of Worf. Like I said before, I did not realize how man of faith he was, a man of faith. I respect it, if that's his thing. Sure. I guess I'm actually more interested what happens after this episode, because we'll
never find out.
This is like a huge thing. They're not good at follow-ups. But this is like a huge thing for Klingon culture.
Be insane
and
if Kahless never shows up again. That would be insanity if they never show up.
They never brought it up
in TNG or DS9. If they never bring up Kahless again.
Where's Kahless? Oh, he's in Cancun.
That would be insanity, considering they just created
Kahless is hanging out with Alexander now.
It just seems like such a massive thing. But then I think of DS9 when what's her name just disappeared on that planet.
Nanook?
Kai Alpaca.
Alpaca?
Yeah. Alpaca.
Alpaca. When she went off with Mike from Breaking Bad.
Oh shit! You're right. Yeah.
Cousin Mike.
And we don't know. There was really no whoa.
They're gonna go back to find her. Here? She's gonna be all fucked up. She's gonna look really ugly because she got into a bunch of.
That's
scraps.
A smaller Pope. That's not as interesting as his new bigger Klingon Pope.
I think that was a pretty big deal, but I wonder if we'll see any follow-up episodes about how this affects Klingon culture, Klingon society, Worf's beliefs and faith.
It might make them more religious overall.
Yeah,
I have a feeling.
I guess
radicalized.
I don't know. I guess if Christ or Jesus or whoever came back, I guess I'd have to reckon with that as well. I don't know what that would mean, to be honest.
I would still not reckon with it. I'd be like, I made my bed. I'm going to hell.
You're like,
I mean, so far they're still being very vague about what exactly the schism is within the Klingon Empire. What it is exactly that needs to be united, that Kahless can unite.
I think Kahless is more just talking about the fact that, hey, we all used to all definitely believe in one leader. Now there's political oppositions and stuff.
Will it be like a
he hates democracy and he hates voting. He would prefer everyone just follow one leader.
Well, would it be like like how we have a pope, right? And we have you mentioned this while we were watching the episode. There's the royal family. There's the pope. There's all these leaders that are not technically elected government officials. So
but they also have no power.
But the Pope has power.
No, but we're talking about this most resembles the royal family. This most resembles
the Pope is the Pope is both the religious leader.
The royal family has limited power over some things.
So the Pope is technically both.
They can't even tell their grandson not to marry a woman of color, dude. You think they have fucking power, dude?
Okay, so the Pope is both technically the head of the church itself and also literally the king of the Vatican. It's why they call it the Holy See. The Holy See is the position that is both the Pope and
but he's not an elected official. He's literally
he's elected. He's elected by the bishops.
Yes, I know, but I'm talking about by the people.
Yeah, but he's not making policy political policy.
I think they are to some extent.
That's the thing. As a Catholic, within
and definitely
the Vatican,
in the Catholic Church, the Pope, whatever the Pope
within the
says
Vatican
goes.
area itself, he literally does control everything. Literally is the king. And within the Catholic Church itself, he is also literally making up new rules. If he says, I've come up with a new interpretation, they will all follow it. And they have to.
My church was basically anything the Pope says goes.
Yeah. 110%. So the Pope he's not the Pope. He is King
Kahless
Charles.
is not the Pope. Yeah.
And
he has really no power.
Yeah, his power primarily comes from everyone fawning over him and being like, "Oh my God, what an important guy!"
His power is can I stay in this castle? No, you can't. That's his power.
But I thought they were going to try to come to some agreement. Is that something he would agree to? I thought they were going to negotiate.
Yeah, they agreed.
The power.
He agreed that's what he would do. Yeah.
He would just be like the royal family.
Yes.
Yeah, he literally said that is agree. He says that is agreeable or something like that at the end. He literally did say, I can accept this or something like that. And they literally will. Gowron's happy because he's actually
just give me a bunch of money and a nice place to live and I'm good.
Well, I have a feeling.
I don't think he wants money. I just think he's just
let me exist.
let me exist. Don't kill me. Don't.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and this way we don't have to have a civil war because the religious people are satisfied.
Both. Yeah. So he still could preach, and Gowron could still run the
and then Gowron and Kahless both acknowledge. Like Gowron bowed to him, and Kahless said sure. So they kind of both.
They
accept
have
each
to
other.
Collaborate, right?
Yeah. So they're collaborating essentially.
Just like Suge Knight and Vanilla Ice.
Okay, well that's my score. Did I say my score? Did I say?
Yeah, you said a 7.
I said 7, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's where I'm at.
I am also a 7.
Oh, okay. Hey, Dan.
Okay. I'm also a 7.
Dude, 777, dude.
Stop copying me.
I did think of one thing that stood out to me because it was Ronald D. Moore that wrote this story. It kind of reminded me a little bit when Worf decided, hey, like, people need something to believe in, even if it isn't perfect. It reminded me of the beginning of BSG.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's
so say we all.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's also sort of like Ronald Moore just loves talking. He loved inserting religious stuff.
Is he religious? Does anybody know?
I think he just likes exploring it as like a story. He might be religious, but I always was under the assumption that it's that he just likes exploring the way it can affect society.
I mean, I don't even think that's a religious thing. I think about like pirate code and stuff like that. Like
I'm thinking about Ronald Moore because BSG is really heavily about.
Oh yeah, I guess I
religion. So I was thinking like, is that a statement in all his writing?
It is a theme in all of his writing, and I think for Star Trek, I think I remembered a interview that said like he doesn't think it's realistic that it would have just like kind of okay. So I just looked it up. He's agnostic, but he grew up Catholic. So I think
well there you go.
So I think like a big part of his mindset is sort of like religion is everywhere. It's weird to try to write social stories and not include it to some degree. So I think like that's where he's coming from, where he's like, it's unrealistic to not think about that. So I mean,
that's where he was confirmed.
Here's
he was. So
I mean, here's the thing: most people that leave Catholicism, it's because they leave as adults. So like they've pretty much been confirmed. Like you don't hear a lot of like, oh, my dad like left the church mid fucking. Like
that's
you don't really.
That's
it's
pretty
not
rare.
Like other religions. You just decide like it's not for me. But I think here's the thing about religion. If you pointed me to a religion that was like, hey, these guys are like actually going out and they're helping unhoused people and like they're giving like really like helping humankind. I'd be like, oh fuck, I'll volunteer, shoot, like, or like I'll hear them out, like. But you hardly ever hear that.
I mean, it just doesn't exist.
And that's not true either. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. There's some very liberal like churches and stuff that do that actually. I mean, there's one down the street in Hollywood that like is very open. That's very like pro LGBT and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can do that, but there's often like strings attached, in some way.
But here's the thing: is that like it doesn't matter if you're out helping and you say like, hey, you have to come to church every Sunday, but we're gonna get you off the streets and give you a place and you have to help the church. Fuck it, I'm in, dude, because you're helping people. You're helping the problem.
But then there's like, hey, we'll take you in and then we'll also like sexually assault you, and take advantage.
Well, then you're talking about a different thing, though. You know what I mean? You're talking about Scientology. But
also to me, though, it's like one is not even related to the other, in my opinion. Like to me, it's like the act of doing charity and public service has nothing to do with whether you're religious or not.
Oh yeah,
I'm just talking about biblical Christianity, like teachings, basically. Like if you just take what Jesus was about,
sure,
and you're not doing that, then I have no business. You know what I mean? Like I don't give a fuck.
I mean, religion on its face is really great. I mean, right? You have like, thou shalt help the poor and, all this kind of stuff, and don't covet, another guy's wife or whatever, but we all know that's not where it's a facade in a lot of ways for a lot of places.
But also like, I think a lot of like Jesus teachings are really basic, and like, you don't need a whole New Testament to get that. Like, just be a decent person, and like, you don't need the whole fucking Bible. Like I think the main thing,
it's like this. It should be like, hey, just don't be a dick and try to help your fellow man. Period.
Yeah, and it's also just like for the first. Definitely. Okay, I fundamentally disagree with the first amendment. They say First Amendment. The first commandment.
Take my guns.
For the first commandment, thou shalt not kill. Sometimes you should kill. I mean, there's some huge jackasses who should have. You got in a second. Yeah, first is right to speech.
First Amendment is freedom of speech.
But there's a lot of really important people who are very bad that when they died.
We could debate that. Because
really
it's like, eye for an eye. You know what I mean? There's the whole is that really a just way to deal with
that's
things?
The other thing. So we have scientifically proven through social science that if you do turn the other cheek, turning the other cheek actually allows yourself to be exploited endlessly. What you need to do is do tit for tat, then forgive. That is the way socially, for sure, that you make sure nobody fucks with you.
Probably how the cartel handles things. You know what I mean?
No. The cartel is endless war.
No, but
the true thing you're supposed to do is if someone fucks with you, get your be made whole again to revenge. Some degree.
Yeah, like the Punisher. The Punisher was not wrong.
But then forgive. Once you're square, you're square.
Eye for an eye situation.
Only God forgives, dude.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The Bible itself contradicts this because Bible says eye for an eye in the Old Testament, but the New Testament says turn the other cheek. So which is it? And then it's whatever you want it to be.
I think it's a personal thing because I think each person what would soothe your soul.
We leave it up to your judgment.
Yeah, it's your judgment. Because maybe you're the type of person where revenge wouldn't really make you feel any better.
I'm not saying revenge. I'm saying be made whole.
Be made whole, and what does that mean? You know,
for example, he stole your bread, so give bread back to him.
Yeah, with interest.
That's being made whole,
like the mob.
No,
you gotta pay the big dude.
With interest.
That's what I'm
with interest.
But also murder the thief.
Yeah. Well, don't
cut
murder
their hand
him.
off.
Cut their finger, dude.
Cut their finger
just
off.
Let them know, hey, I'm here. I'll bite. I'll nibble.
And I am of the opinion that all justice should be restorative, not punitive. So to me, for example, if someone killed a guy, it doesn't help to then just kill him. That doesn't fix anything.
That's what I'm saying.
So I think that the real restorative part is to make him a better person and fix this, And
what about those people you said earlier were deserving of death?
Who? Yeah, exactly. That's what I want to know.
If you killed an innocent person, but if you killed Hitler, sure, great job, congratulations, But if
it was reverse Hitler?
Reverse Hitler, what would that be?
He wanted to help
Jimmy Carter.
Jews.
I don't know.
Here's the thing. At one time, we were discussing religion. It was like a party we're at, and somebody's uncle was talking about somebody was a born again Christian and stuff, and they were talking, and basically the short of it was that they said I was going to hell.
Oh, God. At a party?
At a party,
it escalated quickly.
Hey, this party where we're all drinking and having fun because you're doing that, you're going to hell.
Yeah. So here's the thing.
Damn, that's a downer.
It was somebody's uncle too, and I was and then he's and then you'll be punished in hell, and I'm like, it doesn't make sense to me because why would the devil punish me for doing his work on earth? It doesn't make he would.
Maybe when you go to hell, he'll be like, "Dude, great job. Here's a really nice suite.
Yeah,
no fire for you.
AC,
air conditioning.
I'm like, why would he punish me for doing his work? I'd be one of his generals, dude. You know,
get all the perks.
The general of partying.
Yeah, that's funny because that's how it works in Dungeons and Dragons. If you were living on the mortal plane and you did enough of the bidding of the devil, you will go to hell, but hell will make you a general.
Yeah, they're like, oh, he's a high-ranking
That's how it works in Dungeons and Dragons.
He gets AC and all you can eat buffets. He's good.
And no diabetes.
No diabetes there. Yeah, I mean that's a good point. That's a really good point.
I'm just saying, it's win-win for me, dude. So say there is a God and I'm wrong. Well, God is all forgiving, dude, and He's gonna forgive me for being a fool, dude. And if you're telling me there is a God, but you're going to go to hell, then it's still a win-win for me, dude. I'm still going to be a top seller over there.
A general.
Yeah, I'm the Primerica of hell. I'll be the top guy on the pyramid.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Almost 7s all around. Almost.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't do
what
the
did
Discord.
The poll do?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the Discord
yeah,
poll.
so when I looked at the Discord, it's almost a 7, but the skewing of the poll makes it closer to an 8.
Oh,
if you did an average, it would probably be like a 7.8 if you did the average. Because 8 won, but 7 was a very close second. So it'd be more of like a 7.8 if you did the average.
Yeah.
What's the median and mode? Just kidding.
I don't know how to do math that way. But yeah, we all kind of agreed. We all generally agreed.
Yeah, I think we're all mostly in agreement.
It's been a while since we all kind of agreed.
It's nice to have something to agree on.
Yeah, these days.
Yeah, these days.
That was Rightful Heir. Rightful Heir. Yeah, Heir. Rightful Heir. Rightful Heir. There we go. All right.
Why are you struggling so much with this?
I don't know. Suddenly I'm fixating on how to correctly pronounce hair.
I mean, you were fine the first time, but
Rightful Hair or Pear?
Hair, pear,
so yeah, that was our discussion of that of Payless. If you liked our discussion,
pay less.
Give us a like or rating or comment wherever you are. That'd be neat. But also, if you would like to get early access to new episodes and stuff like that, check out our Patreon and our YouTube membership. Whichever one. You don't have to do both because they both basically have the same perks. They both give you early access to new episodes. Those episodes will be YouTube ad free. You also get access to our private Discord, and you also get your name in the credits of the YouTube version. And we're also planning to do other stuff in the future, which you'll get to be a part of. So.
Live streams.
Here's the thing.
Streams.
Look, I know it's bad out there. Maybe you don't have the $2 per month, which is fine.
No, that's just totally fine.
But,
At which point, please don't.
If you want to support, just go give us a like or a comment or a thumbs down if it permits.
Share, subscribe.
No, don't do that. If you like us, you just stay put and listen.
No. A comment is a comment, dude. A comment is a comment, and I'll take it.
No, Ricardo, you don't have to do anything.
I won't read it. I won't read it, but Marvin will probably read it.
Yeah, I read every comment and email.
Write us an email. Write us a comment. Give us a rating.
Yeah.
So
tell us we're going to hell. Just write us an email saying you're going to hell, and that's good enough. Write a comment.
They probably have all the channels for free because they pirate the channels and all the movies.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
And also, check out our merch store. We got 2 T-shirts and a hoodie in there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm gonna eventually add other shirts and stuff. You'll see. Mm-hmm. You'll see once I finally have time to get to it.
I just remembered a very minor thing.
Oh.
When Kalis picked up the bat'leth and called it a sword first, I was like, how come he call it a sword?
Yeah, because he invented the word bat'leth.
Yeah, and then when he did, I was like, oh, okay, good.
Oh, good. Oh my God.
Well, at first I was like, wait, is this supposed to be like a tell that it's an imposter, that he doesn't even know it's a bat'leth?
Well, they do call it a sword too. It's a specific type of sword called a bat'leth.
Right. And also in the Star Trek Interactive VHS board game or VCR board game, it says, take the challenge of the Klingon sword.
Exactly. Yeah. Which is a knife, not a sword in that game.
True. What's it called?
I forget what is it? Klingon?
Sounded like, I think it sounded like a penis.
The Duktag. That's what that's why it sounds like a penis, because it's called a Duktag. And they call it the Klingon sword, but it's clearly a tiny knife.
It's a dagger.
Yeah, a little dagger.
Sigh.
A little sigh. Yeah. He took my sigh. Anyway.
And it is gone.
And also, if you guys remember, send us an email. Wow, I muttered that really terribly. If you guys ever want to send us an email, you can always email us at contact@newbiestartrek.com. That's contact@newbiestartrek.com. So this week's email is from Craig Barker. He wrote his full name, so I feel free to say that. And it says, hello, Dan, Marvin, Ricardo, and Sarah. Love the pod. I got hooked in from your Insta Reels and have been working my way through the back catalog, starting with some of my favorite episodes. Your collective takes are always interesting, even if I occasionally yell at the pod about a spoiler. Sorry, Ricardo. Anyway, my question is, of the Enterprise and DS9 main characters, who would be the best at modern social media? And if so, would they have a particular platform they excelled at? Thanks for the fun content. Ad Astra, Peraspera, Craig Barker, Ann Arbor-ish, Michigan.
So who would be good at social?
Yeah,
this is a good question. I know. Can I get my own at a time?
Oh, okay.
I know already. It's Data.
Okay.
Because he would have like a YouTube channel.
Well, Data would be a scraper. I think he would be like be a bot scraping data.
No. I think he would do a thing where it's like Mythbusters, but just of like humanity.
No, I want Data to be that perfect channel that has the tutorial that you need.
Oh yeah. He does it, but for every single thing.
Yeah, it's that's what Data's channel would be. Fluff. Yeah. What you need starts right away.
And they're not like making a bit out of it. They're like like straight to it.
Yeah, it's not like this shitty like, oh, here, welcome to my channel. Please like and subscribe if this is going to help you.
Perfect, dude.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he's like, if this went wrong, then you did this. This is what you did wrong.
Yeah. Here is the branching tree of possibilities for this task.
I love that.
He'd be badass, dude.
I love that.
Yeah. Okay, who would be thirst trapping?
Riker would be thirst trapping for sure.
Yeah, Riker's a pretty easy tell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Deanna would?
No, Deanna would be on Instagram, but she would only post pictures of her food.
Yeah. Well, call. She would also do like self-help things, and then she would realize that doesn't sell, and then she'd become religious.
She'd post hopecore,
and then she'd be like,
Does she just post like quotes all day to her?
Yeah. She also posts uplifting quotes all the time on her Facebook.
Also, secretly, she'd be selling feet pics.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, secret OnlyFans. Yeah, secret OnlyFans for sure.
Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah,
I think. Let's see. I think. Maybe
Picard would be the guy who pretends he is not on social media, but he lurks on Facebook. Going through because
it's like boomer, somehow they know every reference and know what you've posted, but you've never like seen them on there.
Let me tell you about Picard, dude. I know exactly what Picard do. He'd be married. And he would use his wife's account, but he would put his initials on a post that he did. He'd be like, "Oh, this is funny."
He would just use Beverly's account to
GLP.
Yeah.
Just so you know,
GLP. So you know it's him.
Yeah.
That's so true. I mean,
he does have his own account, but he has the photo of the guy with the camera right below his neck, and that's his profile picture. That would be the one.
Oh my god,
his Facebook.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Maybe
who would have the biggest following? I think that would be the closest to answering the question.
Riker would have the biggest following. He's the most popular guy in the Enterprise. So I think
Deanna would. Deanna Troy. Because I think
would have the most following.
Yeah, I think she sees enough people. And,
she'd be close for sure.
Yeah, but she's always wrong though.
It seems like people think she's a good like counselor, so I think she would have enough fans where people would want to follow her for hope.
You're not thinking of
uplifting.
Social media is a popularity contest. It's fucking Riker.
Deanna is popular. People do really
popular.
She'd be popular on OnlyFans with her feet pics. But
I mean, if you're pretty enough, you're popular regardless of where you are.
True.
And she's gorgeous,
Beverly would have a Twitter that only has 10 followers, and she posts like every 10 minutes about something she just inanely did that day, but no one's following her.
Yeah, no one at all. What's the girl with the worm? What's her name?
Oh, Dax.
Dax
would actually be popular because she would be posting on the same account for both.
She would also definitely post thirst traps. Yeah. Like she would definitely be doing.
Oh that. She would.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's the DS9 world.
She gives the boys what they
want. Oh, I didn't know it was both.
Oh,
damn.
I could totally see her totally indulging in the model thing.
What about Ro then?
Yeah, Kira. I think Kira. Wow, that's racist. Getting the two Bajoran women mixed up.
Sorry.
Wow, dude.
Damn, fuck.
Wow.
I think Kira. She would be the person who is on Facebook, but only reposting like news articles she saw about things that she's like going, "Oh, look at this shit." And then
it would be only political stuff.
Yeah, only political news posts. Yeah, that's what she's.
No, she would repost videos of like righteous, like public interactions of someone getting destroyed because someone
got owned.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, true.
Like the tail end of debate things she would post. Yeah.
Miles O'Brien would have the same channel as Data, but his would be like fumbling around and like.
Yeah, he would have the bad one. He'd be the one where you have to skip forward like a bunch of times. Be like,
you're like,
just get to the point, Miles.
He blocked the goddamn camera when he fucking took out the screw. Now I don't know how.
I don't know.
This is how you tighten the screw, and his arm gets in the way. You're like, what the?
Like, no, I can't see.
Cisco, is there like a Facebook for baseball or something? You would know, Ricardo. Is there anything like that, or is
it's called Twitter? Probably. a lot of baseball people are just on Twitter.
Oh, okay. Then Cisco's on baseball.
It
Twitter.
Was hard to leave Twitter because of the sports stuff, but then a lot of them started going to Blue Sky, and then like it was easy to move over.
That's kind of reforming over
Cisco's
there.
on Blue Sky then. He's on Blue Sky for sure. Yeah, he would have been one of the first to go on Blue Sky. That would have been
mostly
Cisco.
like the people that do the early scoops of like who's getting traded or who's getting like who's staying at
that's
team.
What he cares about. Yeah, and he'd be on that for sure.
Those people were mostly on Twitter, but now they're on Blue Sky. So I've left Twitter.
Quark is TikTok. He's definitely taking advantage of all the shoppable things. So he's really pushing.
QVC, really TikTok.
Pushing.
He's definitely pushing thirst traps, but like he'll hire like ladies. To
his ladies. Yeah. And they all have shopping links. Every single video he posts.
Is he like the Andrew Tate of like, social media or something?
He has a verified check mark on every single social media account he owns.
Yeah.
He bought it. Who else is on these shows? We didn't do Jordy. I guess
we didn't do Jordy.
I don't think he has social media.
Jordy is live streaming his fucking Predator vision sometimes.
He would be commenting on a woman bass guitarist, and he would say beautiful and talented.
Jordy is the one who has an Instagram with very few posts, but if you ever look at his like search history on the Instagram, it's all just like lewd women. That's
that's
it's all comments. Instagram. It's all comments and likes.
Yeah.
He's got one follower, but like 32 million fucking likes and comments.
Yeah.
God. He's like Jordy. Those like senator or Congress people that get trapped liking like porn on Twitter and stuff.
Exactly. That's Jordy.
And you're like, oops. Or like leaving a comment with their email.
He'd be on. He's like, look what this page. Look at what it's suggesting. And he's like, that's your For You page.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Like, why does the algorithm keep showing me this? And it's like, it shows you what you want.
Because you keep watching it.
That's how it works.
What would Worf be?
Worf would be all tutorials about weapons.
So he'd be a YouTuber?
Yeah.
No, I see him watching cute puppy and kitty videos all day.
That's possible.
No, he
might have that side that he indulges in.
It's all violence.
Like,
it's all violence.
He watches Duelo Animal videos. That's actually all he watches.
Either that or like those like homesteaders that like do everything themselves.
Yeah. Oh God. He'd be really into like people... And also people who are like living van life. He'd be like really into like watching like van life shit.
He's like, well, where do you keep your weapons? Where in the van do you store the?
That's everybody. I think that's it because Cisco.
I think they asked what would be. I think their question was just to pick one person.
No. It's main characters
on this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Julian. The last one's Julian. Julian would also. Julian would be like guy who is on Instagram, who is in people's DMs, but he gets lots of responses still. Like, you know,
Julian would be horny on main.
Yeah, he'd be horny on main, and people are receptive to it.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about Julian. Julian would be doing like TikToks or like reels about. You know how like you can have a video and then you're commenting on it.
Oh yeah, that's what he would do while he's doing like his medical stuff. Yeah. He'd be like, hey, check it out.
It's all hot lady things. Like it's all like hot lady trends. You know,
I can see that.
Yeah. That okay.
And it's like, this lady's right. That will make your butt look bigger. And like stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. All right. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you, Craig Barker from Michigan.
Thank
you,
for the question.
All right. Well, thank everybody for listening. If you always want to check out other stuff we do, you can always head on over to fugitiveframes.com. We have links to everything we do, including the Would You Stay Tuned podcast, which has our episode of Utopia up, which, we're Ricardo was very upset at me about. But
yeah, I'm still upset, dude.
Yeah, and we're gonna do. I think we want to do another show eventually, and that. But yeah, that's coming whenever we have a chance. Whenever we got a chance, we'll get to the Utopes next episode. We're going back to we're still ping ponging everybody. We're going back and forth between shows. Going back to Deep Space Nine, The Forsaken. That is the name of the episode.
The Forsaken.
Forsaken.
Is this a religious episode? God damn it.
No, very much not. You'll see.
I just think of words like Forsaken and
you'll immediately be like, oh shit. Okay, so all right.
Did you guys ever see Nosferatu?
No, I have not seen
it. Because then we could all be talking like that.
Oh, okay.
The Forsaken.
It's
kind of funny voice, dude.
Yeah. It's about Nosferatu. That's what the episode's about. Yeah.
Really? Nosferatu's butthole?
It's about a Nosferatu on the
He's just trying to bang a lady, and he's like, that's all I want.
That's not that far from what the episode is going to be about.
What?
Dude, you know who I miss? Dude? You know who I miss?
Yo.
You know who I miss?
Who?
Okana, dude. The famous Okana, dude.
Yeah.
You love bringing that guy up.
Dude. Because he's badass, dude.
I mean, Billy Campbell was good.
Just bring back Terry Hatcher from that episode.
That's true.
Oh, yeah. Bring her back, too.
No one said something that was beautiful, Dan. You cut down to the truth of that, dude.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Okay, goodbye, everyone. We'll see you next time for The Forsaken.
Goodbye.
The Forsaken.
Take care, y'all.